Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are all welcome to yet another episode of the Holistic Medic series. And you can see how my cheeks are so huge right now, like buffaloes. If you know what it is, or puff puff. For those of you who may not know what it is, right? I don't know if they have other names for it, but here you go. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. I've been getting DMs asking what's happening. We've not been seeing you guys on our Saturday events again. It's all for the good. But today we are back, and it's not just about other things or things I'm supposed to talk about in terms of purpose, this and that. Today we are going deep down into real life conversations, things that are happening out there that you need to be made known of. And I'm so excited today to be here once again. Your most lovely host, Dr. Benisajman Prempe. And on behalf of the entire board and coordinators of the Holistic Medic Network, we want to say thank you guys so much for your support. This week we hit our first 500 subscribers on YouTube, and it's a big deal to me. So we are so excited. And by the grace of God, God willing, tomorrow we'll be having the graduation of cohort 1 of our Money Accelerator Boot Camp. It was so beautiful this week. 5 solid days of intensive training on money matters with Miss Ekia Boatma Danso, and it was superb to see students and professionals come out there to learn about investments, about savings, about budgeting. And you'd want to come around, God willing, tomorrow for our graduation, just maybe hear a bit of the things you missed. But don't worry, if you miss this, cohort 2 is certainly coming up in due time. You get to know when we are coming up. But just prepare yourself and do well to join us for our cohort 2. We still have a lot of participants in our cohort 1 transition groups. I'm sure you would gladly want to be a part of them. If you can hear me clearly from YouTube, from LinkedIn, I want you to drop a comment. Just drop a comment. Let me know you can hear me. Oh, beautiful. I see the comment already. Thank you, Dr. Ellie now. So he said, good evening, Doc. Good evening. I see you, Bobby. Thank you. Big vibes in the chat. Thank you so much. All joining from LinkedIn. You know, for live events, I don't get to see the number of active viewers on YouTube. We just get to see per time on LinkedIn. So if you are joining from YouTube, just drop a comment. Let me know you are also here. And now you know your girl. I'm now. Yeah, on YouTube too, so I have to be saying all the YouTube vibes. So please, my YouTube people, we recognize you, we acknowledge you. Thank you so much for coming on board. Just drop a comment. At this point, before we bring in our amazing guests, I'm sure you've seen the flyer. If you haven't, I know this is just going to be a bit of a review, but at least it's better than nothing, right? In just a few seconds from now, you're going to be seeing our lovely guests on the screens. But for now, you're going to see them very soon at the top right corner of our screen, and you get to know that we have some amazing ladies coming up this evening. Yeah, I know it's a bit small, but at least you can see their beauty from afar on the top right corner of your screens, right? Okay, just like we do it all the time, it's time to share to the world. Repost this event link on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp status right now, as soon as possible, ASAP. Someone asked me last, what's the full meaning of ASAP? So yeah, I want to share the link, and when you're done sharing, just drop done. I'm taking notice of all those done. You know me, when I say I'm taking notice. So just share it on your WhatsApp status. For those who are in group pages where the links have been shared both on LinkedIn and on YouTube, just copy it and paste it on your status. You don't have to say much, right? Invite a friend and just type done. Okay, thank you, Vincent. Vincent is joining in from YouTube. Said you are loud and clear, dog. This is Vincent from YouTube. I see you. Thank you so much. I see you, Wisdom Enchi. Said good evening, please. We can hear you clearly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so let's keep sharing. Let me see some few dones in the comment section before we move. Yeah. So for those of you who are wondering, probably because you're not seeing us every week, maybe you missed some episodes that we had earlier. We meet every other week instead of our usual weekly meetings. No, we meet every other week. So that's how come you're not seeing us on a weekly basis. So meet every other week. And we are dedicating this session to the amazing work that's going on. Don't worry, I'll give you the full gist before they come up. But for now, I want you to share. Let's share the link. Yeah. And of course, you know this. We are live on YouTube as well. So make sure that you log in. For those of you who still don't want to have LinkedIn accounts in this professional world, and even if you do and you want to join on YouTube, you're live on YouTube as well, right? At Holistic Medic Network. You can just log in and have a look at that. So let's keep sharing. Okay. I'm still waiting for my dance. So I see the dance, like done with S. I'm not going to dance and talk for them to come up. So let's bring the dance up. Okay. Yeah, so while we are waiting to get all our beautiful done, as you share, so those who are just joining, I'm saying that just share the link on your WhatsApp status and also on LinkedIn and just type done in the comments, and we are going to definitely reach out to you in great appreciation. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who may not know and are new to this is the Holistic Medic Network, and we are all about empowering health professionals and students in the health space to live a well-balanced life, a holistic life. Basically, we are seeking to make sure that health professionals are living a balanced life, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in all walks of their life, right? This is what we are committed to doing. And we launched on the 21st of December 2024, and by the grace of God, we are still in the game, isn't it? Yeah. So it's all because of you. And this initiative, I really remember during our lunch, when Dr. Nessa was hosting, there's something that we put out there that this is like an umbrella saying that a health professional doesn't have to be one-dimensional. We shouldn't be coined to just the four walls of the hospital, right? And that the system that we go through puts in us so much skill that we can serve the world with better and more. That is what we seek to do. And this evening's meeting is so special and so important to me. And we dubbed this the Changemakers series for a reason, right? And it's because these are individuals who are starting great, amazing initiatives in the space of healthcare on LinkedIn and beyond. Because what they are doing is not just on LinkedIn, they are doing so many things beyond the confines of LinkedIn. And they are doing this to help and to serve the people in the health sector. Anytime I hear people say this, I tell them that even if you're not in the health sector and you believe you can benefit, join. Right? If I hear that lawyers are going to Dubai for free, ESQ will be added to my name ASAP, like Esquire. I've got Esquire. Right? So even if you hear it's about health workers and you believe it serves you, you join. If I hear military people are doing something fun, you see me wearing the green military. I have all the colors of whichever sector, right? So you have to be prepared to jump into everything. Yvonne says, hello, hi everyone. Hope you're not too late at all. We are not too late. You're welcome. I see Dr. Salifu says, done. Thank you. Vincent says, done. Beautiful. You guys are amazing. I need to get you guys a blank check as soon as I get my checkbook. Right, don't worry. I'll surprise one of you one of these days. Okay, so without wasting much time, we're gonna jump right into our session for today. And as I said, today is an amazing time. We have two major initiatives. I don't want to just call them initiatives, but I'm just going to use that word because of its meaning. But I believe these are movements, these are networks, these are organizations, these are systems that are set to shake the world. It's set to shake not just in healthcare, but shake the world and its very core, right? And definitely you'll be seeing much more of other similar initiatives. Not even similar, I'm not using the word similar, other initiatives also in the health space and more, right? Good. And today we have two major ones. We have the Med Transitions Ghana, right? And I'm sure you've heard about it, but you're going to learn more. And we have the New Gen Nurses. And then when I heard about this thing, I was like, finally, these people have showed up, finally. So don't worry, you're going to hear all the gist. I think I'm exuding all the excitement for them. Let me just pause and sip some water as we invite them. So first, I would like to bring up to the stage the executive director, the mama. There's also know her way back. No, call her Mama di Mama. No, when she speaks, you wonder if she has dual citizenship because she exudes so much eloquence, mastery over the English language. Like she starts with Queen Elizabeth literally to fashion and serious. And I'm not just hyping her. If you know Dr. Nessa. Dr. Vanessa. Let me put the full name out there in case you go and search Dr. Nessa and you don't find her. Right? If you search her up, you know that she's a woman of excellence, of perfect. If you want to have the world's top 5 perfectionists, I'm sure you will find her before the number 1, because that is who she is. She's excellent at what she does. And today, giving honor to whom honor is due, would like to bring up to the stage Dr. Vanessa Abokumakwe. You're welcome, Doc. Doc, you're muted. Hello, Doc.
Hi, Dr. Venice.
Hi.
Thank you so much for that introduction. You got me blushing all over. So glad to be here. Hi to your viewers as well. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so for those of you who are joining in from Med Transitions team, you just want to drop a shout out. I saw this funny video on TikTok where he said, shout out to somebody. He said, I don't shout on people. I just want to drop a message. Let's our executive director know that she is here and she has your full support. Beautiful. Now I'm going to introduce the next set of amazing ladies, right, who are starting and have already started this amazing movement, the new gen nurses. And they are such incredible ladies that I've personally got to know through LinkedIn, of course, but beyond LinkedIn. And I was about to say doctor. I've been saying the doctor so much. Miss Emanuela Asare. She loves to go by the tech nurse, right? She is prim and proper, her AI skills. And sometimes when you see her post on LinkedIn, I remember once I think she made a post. I hope I'm not confusing with your twin, but about leaving LinkedIn. But later it wasn't really about leaving LinkedIn. I was like, where are you going? You better come back. You have nowhere to go under my watch. But I'm excited to introduce Miss Emanuela. Sorry. Ella, you're welcome.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Like I'm just so happy to be here right now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And yes, I'm going to introduce the next amazing lady from the new gen nurses. In case you hear me saying gen, it's generation, right? But the name out there is new gen nurses. That's amazing gen. So it's not like I'm saying Gen Z or something. Yeah. So yeah, she is an amazing lady, super supportive. And okay, Bobby says too much beauty on the screen. Like myself, I'm shocked. Daughters of Zion, as Dr. Nessa said. Yeah, so I want to introduce this amazing lady to our screens as well. She's doing amazing work and she's part of this movement that is set to shake the world. Miss Redeemer Donko, let me bring you up. You're welcome.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dr. Venice, for the opportunity.
Thank you. I think at this point, let me take a screenshot because these smiles are too beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to first thank you all so much on behalf of the entire team. I want to say thank you, right? And I know that the notice for all of you came pretty late because mostly if you are planning an event, make sure we send out the information ahead of time. But we're planning something different for this weekend. But when I began to see the amazing work going, I was like, I think we need to take a pause and just take this in for a second before we continue our usual thematic programs, So sorry for that, but I just wanted you guys to come in and for people to get to know what you are doing. And when I reached out, oh my God. Okay, I'm live. And I reached out, your response was so overwhelming. It was so beautiful. And I know that this meeting is not just going to end here. That all the things you're going to discuss, like I think the last time we had the share your story for entrepreneurs, like later the number of views we're getting were even much more than those we had live, and people were watching and now coming back and reaching out. So I just pray so much that even months from now somebody's going to chance on this video and it's going to lead to an amazing opportunity. So let's have a good time. I'm here to enjoy myself. So if you are here and you're listening and you feel I'm being informal, I might as well take these beats off so we have real conversation. So don't worry. Right, this is real work because today I'm talking about something I'm super passionate about. Right, I had to put the microphone on, which I mostly do not do, so that it dims my voice a bit. Because this way I'm passionate about this thing, I may end up bursting out, But like genuinely, for those of you who know, and have had conversations with you. This is a topic I'm very particular about, the space of healthcare. And in the space of healthcare, not only am I just passionate about health education and all that, but it's about the individuals in the system and how well they are being trained, how well they are being developed. That is the purpose of HOMENET, right? That the people in the system are well developed. And I believe that it's high time the world got to know that there is more to a health professional than a hospital, right? It's high time they get used to it. It's enough they asking us, hey, now doctor, now all your business, no? Like, for those of you who may not know, like, this jewelry I have on, let me advertise myself. It's from All Special Apparel, which is my company, right? So when you pitch it to someone and be like, oh, I saw jewelry, hey, doctor, and like they give you that eye, hey, now doctor, now I saw jewelry, you know, they make you feel so odd that you're a doctor, you are in business. It's like, Dr. Sikamiye, where's my checkbook? Come and see. So it's I'm not just saying it's about the money, but I'm just trying to say that when people hear that somebody is in another profession and doing business, it's normal. Like, nobody raises any eyebrow. But when it comes to us, it's different. And I believe that mindset has to change. If you people do not change, we are going to continually change it, right? It gets to a point that if you are sitting in the law firm and the board business tables, even in football, in politics, you have to feature us. We have to be there because we are making sure, by the grace of God, that the health you have to play the football, the health you have to go and stand and do court order, everything is because your health is good. Health will forever be wealth, and you all want to be wealthy, right? Good, because we are ambition years, 20 years from now, when we mention the world's richest, in addition to Elon Musk, there should be us as well. So, and it's gonna happen. And we want to start having these conversations from now so that people get used to it. So if you feel that this conversation is too niched for you, I won't say go, don't go. I still need it here. But you may end up marrying or getting affiliated to somebody in the health space. So just stick and stay with us. Yeah. So now back to our amazing guest. Let's see if Ella is back. Okay. So first, I would want them to introduce themselves to us, okay? And let us know. I know I'm talking a bit more about what they do, but some of you may not know. So let's hear from the woman's own mouth. This is not horse's own mouth, the woman's own mouth, right? And we are going to start with our ever pretty, ever fabulous Dr. Nessa. So we want to hear from Dr. Nessa. You're going to introduce yourself to us, and you let us know what actually inspired the birth of Med Transitions Ghana. And if you can just take us a walk like through the initiatives, the mission and vision of Med Transitions Ghana. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bernice. I salute all the amazing speakers I am here with. It's a privilege to be with you. And a big hi to your viewers as well. Thank you so much. Right, so Med Transitions Ghana, the journey. So you have to start with like some limousine view because it's not going to be a small walk in the park. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Vanessa Hobokumokwe. I'm a medical doctor and the executive director of Med Transitions Ghana. I believe you all agree with me that one of the major things that we lack in every sector is right mentorship. It's so difficult finding someone you can talk to, ask them questions, even when you have a problem, because everybody is busy. And hey, it's the health sector, everyone is busy. But genuinely, we have problems. We have people that have questions and they don't know who to ask those questions. And for me, this burden came on more after my final year examination, and by God's grace, I got inducted. I kept having questions. Where am I going to do my house job? How the various facilities look like? What are the right choices I'm supposed to make? What should I know about them? Is it a walk in the park? Or even thinking about what specialty to do? What am I going to think about? All these things kept coming up in my mind, and I just didn't have the right people to ask. By the grace of God, someone connected me to a great friend who is now late, and we spoke a lot, and he helped me. He actually guided me to making the right choices when it came to the hospitals I was to choose. And when we had that conversation, one thing that really struck me was that we said that this can't sit with us. We have to do something about it. We have to be able to make sure that other people who have questions like us will not just fold their arms and feel like they are left out. So I made a promise to him that we're going to bring a change. It is going to start with us. So all throughout first year, 2 years ago, I kept praying. And one major prayer I kept praying to God was like, Lord, make me a solution to my generation. Lord, make me a solution to my generation. I remember that prayer so well because I prayed it with so much passion, so much passion. I had an idea. There is a gap. There is something that has to be done. There are not a lot of people that are out there to help, but I just needed God to guide me. And I'm a firm believer in this scripture, Jeremiah 1:12, that when the Lord gives a word, he watches over his word to perform, you know. So as I was praying, that word came that it's time for transitions. It's time to help people be able to transition for the better. And as we were praying, the Lord gave me that scope. And I was like, "Ah, let's do this. We may not have the resources, but we can find people alike need help, and let's start now." So I decided to start with the current, I think they are in second year now, who had just graduated for medical school, guiding them into the processes of transitioning into the healthcare system. The truth is, when you come to the healthcare system, I'm told a lot of mortality happens because most doctors don't know what to do. But if we tell them that, okay, in this hospital, we get this done, you can find accommodation at this place, you can take care of your mental health in this space, we help them become more confident. And that's what we set out to do. I was able to speak to quite a number of people who came along with a vision, and we started planning. I spoke to my spiritual mentor, and he was there to guide me, and it was amazing. At the end of the day, we had about 600 plus students coming on board. We had resource personnel coming, training them, teaching them to really smoothly transition. And that was a start for us. That was the transition starting its form. At other programs, majorly our mission really is to do this. We want to really empower medical professionals with mentorship, with guidance, with resources, so that they can transition seamlessly through the various career progressions in the healthcare system. And one of the major visions we have is we want to be that leading gap, okay, that leading hub to support you when you're starting your career, when you're going through your career, when you have questions, know that you can find solutions with the expect, which is Med Transitions Ghana. We believe in excellence and clarity, and we are there for you all the while. So when you think about moving from final year to house job, we are there for you. When you think about first year to second year, we are there for you. When you think about which residency to actually do, we are there for you, both locally and in the foreign space. We are there for you. So we are there for you. Basically, we day for you. That's why we are here. We just day for you as a medical doctor. So in brief, that's basically what Med Transitions Ghana is about. And that's a journey, a brief summary of our journey thus far. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful. At this point, I should be seeing some feedback in a comment section. You know, and Dr. Nessa, what you said is so true, because I recall that after I completed, right, most of us had so many questions, and I know the usual response for many would be like, okay, go and ask. You know, if you don't know, just go ahead and ask. But the thing is, there are so many hospitals to choose from. And how often, like how many of them are you going to find out, oh, who is in this hospital? Do you know someone in that hospital? And you have to now sample each one of them and talk to them. And you know, experiences can be sometimes biased, you know, but to get to speak to people who you know have gone through the process and understand the vision to share with you. Personally, I said that where I did my first year house job, if not for the right person I spoke to, I would have applied for a reposting. And I always say that one of the best decisions that I ever made in 2024, right? One of the maybe my top 3 best decision ever was to have actually done my first year where I did it. Because I almost didn't. It was my first time outside of my father's nest, you know. It was I didn't want to go anywhere. And I could have just I didn't have to do too much if I wanted to repo, because I was actually on the verge of saying yes, I want this hospital. And I had to take a step back, right? I had to speak to people. I even spoke to Dr. Nessa about it. And I look back and I thank God I did. So having people to fill this gap is such an amazing thing you are doing. I must applaud you for that, right? I know always the masses may not come in to applaud, but you are doing great work. That not just are you filling the gap from just completing med school to starting, but all the way to even when you want to specialize, right? And I know that this is a super amazing initiative. And as we speak more about this, people are going to know and definitely support. So kudos to you, Doc, and God bless you. Okay. So I'm going to be going to Miss Redeemer as well. We want to find out. I know new gen nurses. I think it's been a while. It's not been too long, but within these few weeks, but I'm virtually seeing you on my screens every day, some way, somehow, on LinkedIn. I was like, these people, they are not keeping quiet anymore, right? And I know the world has, in as much as the world has some reservations for certain people in the health space, there are so many reservations that people have for nurses and midwives, not to be biased, right? The mindset, but people don't know that on the ground, the work people do, it's so different, right? At first, I used to tell some of my nurses, yeah, I'm doing a 12-hour shift. You're doing 6 hours, you're going like, but this exercise I've done, it's like 24 hours, my whole body. And they will start laughing. So to see something like this, I was so amazed. And because it's something novel, I want you to really tell us deeply what was the inspiration. What actually inspired? Because in 2024, we didn't know about this. When we started 2025, I'm sure maybe they were planning, but we didn't know about it. So what inspired the birth of this initiative? And what are some of the core mission and vision of this movement? Over to you, Ms. Redeemer.
All right. So, new gen nurses. As I said, in 2024, you didn't know about this, but to shock you, preparation started in 2024. Yes, we were in the planning phase in 2024. Now, what inspired us was the fact that few passionate nurses, okay, we found ourselves on LinkedIn. That's why I always harness the power of networking on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I say, is always a good mind. So we found ourselves on LinkedIn and we came together, we are having deep conversations, and we realized that there is a gap in the nursing industry. Nurses are afraid to show up on spaces like this. Nurses are hidden in the shadows. We are boxed in the healthcare system. We are boxed in the world. Sorry, we feel like just the word is our final place. We don't want to move away from the word. Sometimes I feel like nurses think that our umbilical cords, are buried in the hospital walls, but it's not like that. There are more to nurses than the bedside, and people think that nursing is just about syringe and needles. So we came together, had a deep conversation, and we realized that no, this huge gap, this misconception about nursing can be changed, and it can start with us. So we came together, a few of us, Manuela, Vicentia, Emanuela. I think people have not seen the other two faces, but I'm using this opportunity to just mention all the faces behind New Gen Nurses, this powerful initiative. So I have Vicentia, myself, Manuela, and Emanuela. So we came together, had a deep conversation, and we decided, okay, let us come together to empower nurses because we've been on the LinkedIn space. You've seen how it is to show up digitally. Now let's bring nurses from the world to the digital space. We have a lot of skills. Nurses are intelligent, and we can't hide these things in the world. They're supposed to come out, show up, and shine. That's why we came together to bring about this initiative to help nurses, empower nurses to come out of the shadows, transition, like expose nurses to the opportunities outside the hospital walls. A lot of nurses want to transition. They don't know how. That is why we are here. A lot of nurses want to have digital skills. They don't know where. So there is an information gap. So we are here to connect the nurses to the experts so that they have, they have first-hand information about the digital space, about the global space, about opportunities, about collaborations. So it's not about just the word. There is more to it than the word. We know a lot of things that we can't be hidden. We have to come out and share our experiences, share what we know. Okay, share what we know to the public. There are lots of, when it comes to even health education, there are lots of misconception. We can't come out and speak up. That is why New Gen Nurses is here to help nurses that they're in their early career phases, okay, transition, maybe find career clarity, to help students, nurses know what to do after school. Now, when Dr. Vanessa was talking about rotation, I had that feel. I did my rotation in Ho Teaching Hospital. I felt empty at a point. I felt like there was more to me, but I didn't know who to talk to. The nurses I'll talk to, they are busy, as she said. Some are in a haste to finish their shift and go home and rest because they are tired. The hospital was practically draining them. And I realized there was more to rest than just our 8-hour shift, our 12-hour shift. Nurses' life was just about the ward, hospital, church, home. I didn't see anything. I realized that no, there can be something more exciting about nursing. We can learn new skills. It's not about advancing, doing degree, doing topping up, changing our belt and things. No, there is more to us than that. That is why we are here. That is why we are here to help nurses, especially those doing that rotation, to even know which hospital to go to, advantages and disadvantages. What's next after rotation was one of the questions on my mind. I remember when I was working on the corridors of Trafalgar, co-teaching hospital, I was asking Redeemer, after this place, what next? What am I doing? I felt lost. So I had to talk to people. And fortunately, I found myself talking to tech experts. And I took a tech skill. That's why I'm here. I'm a digital marketer as well as a nurse. And I handle brands. So I realized that no, if I'm here and I handle brands, okay, I work with a foundation that does health advocacy. Nurses can do this. We can enter into the digital marketing space. We can enter into the tech space. We can enter into business. We can do more than the syringe, the needle. That is why this whole initiative came about. Thank you.
Wow. I felt the
Yes.
passion right there. This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm foreseeing some months, not many months from now, not many years from now, seeing the Ghana Midwifery Nurses and Midwifery Association actually coming on board with this seriously, because I think this is going to be an amazing thing. Because currently, I don't know, mostly the friends I make so much anytime I go to any hospital are rotation nurses or student nurses. I
Okay.
surprisingly, probably because it's easier for them to do things for you
Hi.
sometimes. And when you befriend them, they make the friendship feel like they are befriending Elon Musk. Like, and then when they see you passing by, they want everybody to know that they know Dr. Bennis. You know, that kind of vibe. So they'll be shouting your name from across the street, and that friendship is just so beautiful. But often you just hear them saying that, I'm about to finish my rotation. I'm going to stay home for 2 years. Like, I'm going to stay home for 3 years. I don't know what I'm going to do. But imagine if you have a system where even during the rotation period, right, they are being empowered with some of these software. As you mentioned, you're a digital marketer, right? So even whilst they are waiting to get employed, they are doing these things, right? Or even by themselves, they are thinking of ways to even provide employment to others, right? To fill that deficit that comes in. And when Dr. Nessa was speaking, and you were speaking as well, one thing I was sensing in this movement, all this is that mentorship gap, right? And that gap is so existent in so many areas. And these amazing, beautiful ladies you see on your screen today, right? As they were saying in their comments that today you are bombarding us with beauty. You are filling that mentorship gap, right? And anyone who has been great in this world was known to have filled the gap, was known to had actually started something that was first a deficit, right? Talk about Microsoft, talk about Apple, all those people that we hear their names, Amazon, right, Warren Buffett, and it was because they saw a gap and they filled it. So for you taking this step to fill this gap, just give, I said, not many months from now, not many years from now, you realize that you may think you were filling a gap, but it was just beyond the gap that you were filling. Thank you so much. Let me just acknowledge the amazing. I'm just trying to bring up the comments on the screen, but StreamYard and Shakara sometimes. I hope they did hear. Okay. Marilyn says that Redeemer Donko right on point. Beatrice is coming in with a fire emoji. Dr. Samuel Blaze says, wow, very passionate. I see you coming from Step Up as well. Okay. Bridget says great. And Marilyn giving me the fire and laughing. I know. Okay. Right. So before we go deeper to explore more about the impact and purpose, I know we've spoken about briefly. Just want to make sure we don't leave anybody in the gap. I know Redeemer mentioned some key people, but we just want to highlight this again. So to Dr. Nessa, I want to find out the key people or partners who are involved in med transition, the roles they play in making the whole initiative and movement work. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bernice. And I love the passion, Redeemer. I can even feel the fire from here. Right. So the key people involved in med transitions, first of all, are medical doctors from various backgrounds. We have a team of medical doctors currently from across different year groups who are working, but we are targeted at final year medical students who just graduated. I don't know if you know, but when you're done with school, everything seems scary, everything seems clear. You don't know what to do. You feel like the world is coming to fall apart. And sometimes you feel like I'm living now coming to start life. So that particular group of people are really keen on because they can make or break this season. And we want more doctors who are not breaking, but doctors who are making it because they are making the right decisions and the right choices. I see a lot of house officers nowadays who are less confident. Personally, when I started, I think I was sharing my story that I was in the emergency room, a patient came seizing, and I was looking for the doctor to come and then see the patient. When the nurse told me that, yeah, the doctor, I'm the one on call, it takes a lot of mental shifts to realize that, hey, you're no longer a student, you are a doctor. So we need those kind of people to come around that are one of our target groups. We also have doctors who have started, especially their first year house job, and they're going to work in their second. Now, for those who do not know, second year is more a district related with teaching. So that's where a lot of people gain more confidence, they gain more skills, and they quote unquote do their national service. And district work is very intense because every hospital is a likelihood there. And it's like a roulette. Where are you going? What are you going to do? So those people are also involved. And the last but not the least, early medical career doctors, those who have finished house job, those who have started medical officership. Some of them are asking themselves, where do I go from here? What happens after this? What next? Am I going to start residency? Which residency am I going to start? Which of them do I feel passionate about? Do I want to stay in Ghana? And I know Ghana is hard. Many are called, but few are definitely posting for other places. So also for them, where am I going after this? So these are right questions. And honestly, the bosses are busy. But to be able to find the right people to talk that, okay, this is a platform. You have 10,000 people available. Hear me. That's what we want to do. And we've had a lot of partners so far by God's grace. We've been able to partner with the Federation of Ghana Medical Students Association. We recently partnered with the Ghana Association of Doctors in Residency for our recent residency program. And we are really looking at partnering with more people to come on board, majorly to help with the mentorship, to help with the resources. Sometimes you won't even write entrance exams for residency, and you don't even know the studies materials available. And one of the major things we did was providing those available. So that's something we are working on, finding more people that can play key roles in mentorship, in support, in guidance, with resources to really help every doctor become more confident. I want you to be able to enter the hospital and see a doctor that loves to be there, a doctor that loves what he or she is doing. Because when we love what we are doing, we give our all. The work alone is stressful to be cooked up in a place where you're not comfortable being. So majorly, these are the key partners and the key players we've had all the while.
Thank you. Amazing. I know we're going to get to a point where we would also find out if there are other partnering groups you would like to come on board. So we'll save that. So if you are here, you're listening, and probably you want to reach out to Dr. Nessa and also partner, she's going to put out the set of people that she's looking forward to so that we get to partner. Okay, so Ella, also want to find out from your end some of the partnering groups and organizations that are involved in the New Gen Nurses.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. For New Gen Nurses, currently we hope to partner with the Rotation Nurses and Midwives Association, which is an organization for those that are currently doing their rotation. So one of our founders, Emanuela, was the Women's Commissioner for her badge. So we've been able to talk to the leaders for her badge, which was 2023. And then she now has access to the current Women's Commissioner for the Ashanti region. But because nurses is a huge population, so we want to target a region at a time. So right now we have the Ashanti region on board. We are looking forward to move to the Greater Accra, to the various other 15 regions here in Ghana. So right now we are partnering with the Rotation Nurses and Midwives Association, and we are looking forward to register to partner with the Ghana Registered and Midwives Association. Yeah, so that's our partnership for now.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, I just wanted to ask this. I know it's not really part of the questions for today, but I want us to be very clear and our audience as well. So I'm just going to ask across for all. I want us to clearly define like the specific gap that each of this movement is seeking to do. All right, I know that part is there, but I want us to make it very clear so that, for example, if someone is listening now and she's a nurse, right, and she's looking for employment, should she reach out to people? Like, you know, I know maybe some years to come is possible, but as you started now, so I want to start from Dr. Nessa, then all through. like that specific thing that, of course, not the end. As we see, being in a certain niche is fluid, right? It can evolve. But for now, I want you to spell out exactly the gaps, exactly the deficits, and exactly the solution good that you are putting out there to the public, so that anyone listening will know the exact people they can reach out to. So I'll start from Dr. Vanessa.
It's actually funny you mentioned this because a couple of days ago, someone texted me about a job and that they wanted to anybody in, I think, Tema General Hospital to do connections for them to get there. I'm like, my dear, I wish I but so I'm so glad that you get us to spell out the exact role that we are playing. So for us at Med Transition, please, we are not dishing out job opportunities. Maybe not yet. Who knows? God willing, moving forward, we have key partners, various hospitals that can provide internship opportunities if maybe you're a student and you want to come on board. But what we are doing, the major gap we are addressing is the lack of structured support and guidance for young professionals entering the healthcare system. you know. So there are too many overwhelmed medical graduates who have limited networks. They often feel overwhelmed by both the task of being a doctor and the questions related to how to find better clarity in the demands of the field. Okay, so we are filling that void in mentorship. We are filling that void in support. We are filling that void with providing resources to smoothing that journey. Okay, so that's what we are doing. You think of the gaps in your transitioning, moving from one level to another in the career section. And the career sections of being a doctor. So once you have a question related to that transitioning, we can support you with the resources, we can support you with the mentorship, we can link you to someone to talk to or talk with. You have an idea of what to do to be more confident to make your decision. So that's the at the moment. We don't have job employment or placement. We are not replacing MDC, guys. So please don't text me about your MDC placement yet. But we are hoping that moving forward, we can broaden and encompass a more holistic training for a lot of medical doctors. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. So please, if you are listening, clear cut. I beg you. I think is it this week or last week? I was so glad when a medical officer in another hospital in Ashanti region actually texted me. No, she called me. And now anytime I see an unknown number, my heart skips one beat because I'm wondering, especially when you're on cover, are they gonna call me again, please? And when it's like 30 minutes to the end of your cover or your shift, and you see an unknown number, I've always been so tempted to download Truecaller, but I always say I want to do it, but I don't end up doing it. And you see an unknown number, it's like, my God. And it's always an MTN number. I don't know why. And I'm so tempted to think that they are calling. So she reached out that she's a medical officer in a hospital here in Kumasi, and she had heard about the med transitions. She wanted to be added to the page, right? And I was like, wow. So she was like, oh, she's thinking about residency, but she doesn't really know. I was like, medical officer, like, at least by the time you get there, you understand. We should have had all the links supposedly, but she still needed that clarity. So this is such an amazing thing. So please, if you are listening, is that mentorship, that deficit, that gap, right, to be like a guide and a coach. So don't worry, Dr. Nessa, for now, not yet, right? To ask her that you want to start working somewhere, she get you posting here and there. Okay. So to our new journalists, I don't know who wants to take it to give us that clarity specifically, because I know the unemployment issues in the nursing and midwifery sector is a huge blow. It's sometimes very depressing, actually. So I don't know if you can make that very clear before we proceed further into our conversation.
Okay. So we answer that question. So for new gen nurses, well, we have four main core arms to address four situations. So we have the first one, which is the tech department. So the tech department aims to train nurses in the digital field, to get digital skills, to earn them something. So for me, I'm a virtual assistant and then I work for Shivolution Company. Okay, so I'm earning something from there. So to equip them with certain skills that, one thing about the nursing industry here in Ghana is you will finish your rotation. To be posted by the government is another thing. You can stay home for 2 years, 3 years. So whilst you are staying home, what are you going to do during that time? You could learn something that could get you, some money. And with the tech department too, it's not only about techie stuff, about entrepreneurship, connecting with nurse entrepreneurs who will be willing to mentor these upcoming nurses, those that are done with their rotation with certain skills, so that by the time that the government will post them, they might be having their own businesses. Me and my sister, for instance, we also have a shop at Kumasi Edu where we run and we sell stuff over there, our own shop. So realize that we want to expose nurses to these kind of opportunities. That's for the tech department. And then we have the international pathway department. So for this department is for whilst you are staying home waiting to be posted, what New Gen Nurses wants to do is to expose you to the international opportunities available. If you want to move to the UK as a nurse, you want to move to the US as a nurse, you want to move to Canada, to Germany. So what we have done is I've contacted some of my mentors who are there at the moment, who are in the UK, who are in the US at the moment, and they know the process. Instead of getting a connection man for them to take your money and all that, what we are doing with the international pathway, we are giving you these mentors. They are going to mentor you from start to finish. In fact, you get your visa and everything. To get your visa and then everything, every step of the way. And I know a lot of people think about the outs and all that. We also have structures put in place so that we are going to take you through the outs to ensure that you get that band 7 score. You don't have to reset again. And for the exams, the US, they use they write the NCLEX, right? And then the UK write the CBT and the OSCE. We also have structures put in place because these mentors we have on board have schools, let's say academies, that train nurses that want to transition in those fields. That's for the international pathway. So any nurse looking forward to transition outside Ghana, the main aim of New Gen Nurses is to empower nurses, to educate them and make them go global. Okay, make them go global. We want to see New Gen Nurses in the next 5 years everywhere, in every country. That's for the international pathway. So that's the second one. Then the third one is mentorship. Some nurses finish and they have no idea what to do. I don't know what's up with the nursing agency, but like people are like, if you don't have anything to do, just enter nurse. When you finish, your job is waiting for you. That is the notion people enter nursing school with. And I think it is what is causing our industry to be plummeting at the moment. Because if you want to be posted, it is one of when you enter, you'll be paid some money, and you don't have to worry about a job. With time you are going to be posted, so it's like that guarantee. So people just enter, they finish school, and then they are disappointed with the fact that they are not going to be posted anytime soon. They have no idea what to do. They don't know what to do. Should they sit at home? Should they start a business? They don't even know what specialty to go into, but they don't even know that we have different specialties in nursing. We have surgical nursing, anesthesia, and then all that, but they have no idea. They just think, I just want to sit down and let the government post. So for a nurse who has no idea what to do with the certificate he or she has, that is where the mentorship department and the New Gen Nurses comes in. Yes, if you have no idea what to do as a nurse, you are stuck, then come to New Gen Nurses. Then we have the personal branding department. Now, nurses, most nurses have low confidence. They don't like to show up online because we are too busy. And that is where the personal branding department comes in to help nurses build a brand online. It's actually what birthed this initiative, because I quite remember I told Redeemer, I was looking for Ghanaian nurse. When I saw Dr. Benny's doing, so looking at the number of doctors coming on it, I was like, hey, where are my nurses too? Then I said, okay, let me just search for Ghanaian nurses, because those I was seeing were all Nigerian nurses, if you've noticed. So I'm not surprised you said you thought Redeemer was a Nigerian nurse. So I searched for Ghanaian nurses on LinkedIn at the search bar, and then I saw Redeemer. So I entered Redeemer, I was like, Redeemer, I have searched the whole LinkedIn. You were the only Ghanaian nurse. So she said, wow, no, that's not true. Then we have Essential. That's like, so Essential 2 is there. I was like, okay, then let's connect. And we went on WhatsApp, and she said they had also been thinking about the same idea. And I was like, wow, then this is just God telling us to do it. So we connected on WhatsApp, and then everything moved from there. Then as currently, we started our mentorship session. We are done with the personal branding, and we started the international pathway too. We are having speakers to open their eyes to the opportunities available aside from the bedside. So that's for the personal branding department. So in summary, we have 4 departments. We have the tech department, we have the international pathway department, we have the personal branding department, and then we have the mentorship department. So that is the gap we aim to bridge. And in regards to employment, well, in the future, we look to partner with organizations, those that provide private care nursing here in Ghana, to hopefully, when they are done, to be able to get access to these private care nursing and get something to do so that they don't lose their skills. With medical practice, you need to practice. It's not about just knowing, you need to practice. And then also, we also hope that they can also go into schools as a school nurse. Because I'm also a school nurse. I submitted a proposal to my school, and then surprisingly, I got the job. I didn't even know there
Oh,
was such a thing as a school nurse here in Ghana. So it's a certain thing I want to open the nurses' eyes to. And then aside that, one of the parents contacted me to help the child has a speech problem. So I say I'm also a part-time speech therapist for this particular child. And these are all things that our license allows us to do legally to practice. But it's just that we've limited ourselves to if you are not at the hospital, if you don't wear your uniform and at the hospital, then that means anything you are doing, that means you are not a nurse.
they're not
That kind of
nice.
bullshit we don't want over there. So that's in regards to the employment issue. So that is all.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. This is incredible. This is mind blowing. I really hope that we have organizations involved in these things for nurses and midwives. I like to add the midwives a lot because two of my sisters are midwives, so I want to always stressing. I have two midwives in my family. I want to be stressing on that part. I know it's for all of them, but
Yeah.
nurses and midwives. I hope a lot of organizations are listening and really come on board with this. I think it would really, because me, what you said is so true. Even right from SHS, the idea is that go to nursing training.
Yeah.
Like they made it so like they are not to demean any profession, but like they are nursing training as a teacher training. They
Yeah.
made it like you don't have to get a passion. It's just your easy way out to employment, but they have no idea the backlogs. Recently, I was speaking to one of the rotation nurses here in this hospital, and they are saying that like 2-3 years, some of them are still at home
Yeah.
waiting to be employed. And so, if you're in SHS and you're thinking that you want your way out, SHS, so that when our baby have nursing training, so right for my international audience, I'm saying when are they going to finish and come and join the queue? So I think these are very important areas, right? That even
Yeah.
before you get there, at least you are not so angry at the system. Because
Yeah.
some people are not dispersing their work role in the health sector because they are angry at the system. They literally waited 5 years to get employed, and now that they think that they should kill themselves for you. They feel that you have killed them. You have killed your passion. So they also kill your hospital. They'll kill the health. Like you may think it is evil, but sometimes frustration can lead to very terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, and they end up regretting. And sometimes for regret is often a wasted emotion. They just regret doing something that at first they were passionate about. So I believe that this really needs to go far. You guys need all the support, and we are all behind you. HOMENET is behind you. Med Transitions Ghana is behind you. The Pharma Transitions is behind you. Dr. Ella, like should have loved the RTC Foundation by Benet. We are all behind you, right?
Wow.
And we're all gonna I was going to say something, but I think we will talk about that one behind the scenes. Okay, so please, if you listen, they've set the bar clearly for what they can do for now and what they cannot do. So please make sure you don't give unnecessary pressure, right? Don't break the mold while it's still being built. Okay. So now I want to just ask a very challenging question. I won't say it's challenging, but just something to probe our minds, right? For these amazing initiatives, I just want to find out, starting from Dr. Vanessa and back to New Gen Nurses, what does success look like for this movement in a year from now, 5 years? What would you define as success for your organization 5, 10 to 6 months from now? Over to you, Dr. Lisa.
Thank you so much. So success for the organization will look like this. First of all, more confident medical students who are leaving school because they know that they don't have to think so much about what next. Because there's already a program that is going to be running annually to guide these people to make a choice on where I'm going to do my rotation, what rotation I'm going to do, amount of money I'm going to prepare, what investments I have to make, how I can take care of my mental health. All right. So success is a 98% confidence rate and a well awareness of what being a doctor is truly all about. Another one will also be that more people get guidance and clarity for their choice of specialty. And that will translate into even better primary examination scores. So I thought we'll have a question of what the various structures are. So for the part that we do for residency, okay, it's in two parts. We actually guide people, doctors, in preparing for the primaries examination. We have people that come to tell them this is how each exams looks like. These are the resources you can actually read. These are some of the opportunities you can get. We put together groups so that people can have steady partners. They can come together, learn together, share resources. All these are to help make them more knowledgeable, more confident to take the primary exams and increase the percentage of success rates at the end of those exams. And that means that if you are a well prepared doctor for primary exams, you'll be well prepared for residency as well. So that is another thing that will also look like success to us. Another thing that will look like success to us would also be that all the medical doctors that are seeking foreign medical graduate opportunities. So I think Manuela mentioned some for nursing. So we have some when it comes to the medical sector. You have USMLE for those who want to go to America. We have PLAB for those who want to go to the UK. We have CMC for those going to Canada. There are various pathways. So if we provide these mentors to guide them, okay, so these are the resources, these are the things that you need, including those who want to do masters abroad, MPH abroad, MBAs. And the thing is that the fact that we are transitioning does not mean you are transitioning to the health sector. Maybe you want to transition into the business sector. You want to do an MBA. You want to transition into something else that is not related to health. Okay. So giving you the avenue to also transition in that way. So I want to do an MBA in Ghana. I want to do an MBA abroad. How do I go about it? How do I learn for it? Who do I talk to? Who should be my reference? All right. So people being able to be more confident in their choice of mentors is also something we are looking at. Another thing that will also look like success to us is having a lot of partners and the internship opportunities I mentioned. Now, it happens that before we even get into school, if we're able to get people to have internship opportunities in maybe private hospitals, in government hospitals, in cardiology departments. Okay, fine. I do love cardiology. In pedics department, yes, I do love pedics. You have people who have to visit key stakeholders. You like public health, a visit to the Ghana Health Service, the director of health services. This is what I do. This is how a normal day looks like. So you get a feel of how the work is before you make a decision. That's something that is also success to us in that long term or in that long run. And also having key stakeholders, having people that are making decisions, both in our medical and dental council, both in the Ghana College, because we need them to tell us what they need, West African College, all the key examination centers coming on board to partner and help the medical doctors become more professional. That's also something that is also going to be success to us. So majorly key stakeholders coming together and the people themselves we are helping being more confident in making decisions and standing forth is what success looks to us in maybe 3 years, 6 years. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I believe that indeed you're gonna see it and it's going to happen. Yeah. Okay, to you, Miss Redeemer, what does success look like to you for the organization New Gen Nurses in years to come, in months to come? Over to you, please.
Okay, so in years to come and in months to come. Okay, so New Gen Nurses, we aim to see more nurses empowered, more nurses transitioning, and more nurses being transformed. Now, through our four core main arms, okay, we want to see more nurses who are just into, like, who have just started their career phase, the early stage of their career phase, having clarity. That's one thing nurses we lack. We lack clarity. Sometimes because of lack of clarity, we take courses that later we realize that we are not supposed to have taken that course. I see most nurses on the world complain about that. Maybe they'll go and do this and they'll realize that no, I could have really done this, gone to Ghana College of Nursing or just and specialize here, and that. So that is lack of information. So we want to help nurses to have more clarity when it comes to career choices, career guides. As Ella said, we have academic heads as part of our team members to guide nurses through that path. So that is one way we want to track our success, having more nurses find clarity in their career journey. Then another thing is the rotation nurses, having them have a clear mind, empowering them, because the truth is after rotation, you'll be home. And personally, I've been in the house for like 2 years now, but me being home, I've been able to see growth in myself. Growth in the sense that even though I'm home, I'm not where I am, like I started. I'm not feeling so lost or I'm not feeling like I'm wasting time because I realize that I'm channeling that time that I'm staying home into building up myself, developing myself personally, having skills in the digital space. So we want to help rotation nurses, more rotation nurses in all the 16 regions of Ghana. That is success to it. In 16 regions of Ghana, we want to have top rotation nurses invading the digital space, having hands-on tech, like high demand tech skills. Okay, Manala, this is a virtual assistant. She's working with Shevolution. I was reading about Shevolution. I was like, wow, Manala, you do well. She's the head, I think, lead content creator or lead of the content creation team. That is a powerful role. So, nurses are smart. So we want to help these rotation nurses have more digital skills. Those who want to go into entrepreneurship. Success to us means that we want to collaborate with people, um, CEOs who are like into businesses, help these nurses, maybe people into bidding, someone like you, like those that are into bidding, we can invite you to help our nurses, empower them with things that they can do to make them financially empowered. So help more rotation nurses, empower them with digital skills, empower them with hands-on like skills that they can just use or do to fetch money for themselves. Then also to the nurses in school, first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Sometimes when you're in school, you forget that there is life after school. And when I was in school, we were learning entrepreneurship. Our teacher was teaching us about Coco King. He was pitching business ideas. To be honest, Dr. Venice, I didn't see what was coming. I was relaxed. I was just thinking about how I can bank A in that course and just move my way. It was after school and I realized that, hey, this man was opening our eyes. But we don't know what is outside school. So when we are being taught those things, we take them for granted. So we want to bring to this students information. We want to help them know what is the, the reality on grounds and empower them. So we want to do like workshop trainings for students, like invade the nurses training and universities. Okay, have nurses in all these schools so that they can have activities, they can have workshop, they can have webinars, empowering them, teaching them things they need to know. If it's skill, if we get resource persons for them. So success to us means that we are invading these three categories of people. Nurses like early nurses, okay, that have started their career journey, rotation nurses, and the students, invading all the tertiaries and like the NTCs and the universities, empowering those nurses so that they can be empowered, they can transition beautifully, and they can be transformed. So when they step up, they are confident in the world. They know that, okay, yes, when it comes to the health aspect, they can deliver 100%. But when it comes to innovation, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to leadership, they are leading, because this light that we have as nurses cannot be hidden. So that is what success looks like to us, and also to partner with key stakeholders, as Dr. Vanessa said, partner with people who are seeing this vision, people who are carrying this passion, this burning desire in us to transform the nursing fraternity, people like that to partner with, so that every nurse in Ghana and abroad, they benefit from new gen nurses, from this great move that is hitting the nursing space. So that is what success looks like to us. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
And this success looks amazing. This success looks amazing. And I believe that with all this amazing team and initiatives that you put together, every single one of them is geared as towards making this particular success become something that's not just in the head, but something that you get to see, right? This week when we're having our Money Accelerator Bootcamp, coordinator or our trainer, Miss Ekia, says something that you should ask yourself that how would you want your Monday to look like 5 years from now? I think that's what she gave us. Just like the next 5 years, when you wake up on a Monday, how would you want your typical Monday to look like? Where do you want to wake up? Do you say something funny? Do you want to wake up in an AC or just in a normal fan in the heat, right? And it was like he should sit down and like in have that dream. And she said something so, even though it was just like a passing comment, like a funny comment, it really struck me. She said that you cannot be broke in your dreams as well. And I was
Wow.
like, this is because even if right now you're not seeing the success in your dream life, you cannot be broke in your dreams.
Not
If
at
right now you
all.
feel like if you feel like you're broke in if I use the word broke, it's not just in terms of the monetary aspect, but if you feel
Yeah.
like you are broke in achieving something in your dream world, you should not be broke. You should not still wonder in your dreams, how can I make this? In your dreams, everything should be possible. In your dreams, everything. So if you have that's in my dream life, in next 5 years from now, for med transitions, for HOMENET, for new gen nurses, for the pharma transitions, for RCC, and for the many other initiatives yet to come on board, even for the physiotherapy online challenge. in the next 5 years, our dreams, we cannot be broke. So you go all out. You think as wide and as far. You build all the castles in the air and you make the plans to sustain them. And this is so beautiful what you are doing. Wow. I'm just loving this already. This is amazing. Anyway, I just want to come back again to Dr. Nessa for med transition. So we want to find out, how are you ensuring that this sector of people, I'm not going to go back to the target group since we've spoken about it, but how are you ensuring that this target sector of people are being included? And for people listening, let's first start with the participants, your target audience. How can they get access to you in case if they want to be part of med transition, they are final year, or they're about to transition into residency? How do you ensure that the right people are being included? What are the available channels you have for sampling your people as a yeah, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bernice. So one of the major things we want to do is every medical student deserves a chance to transition smoothly. Every single medical final year student, because every doctor deserves that chance. So we want to work with every single medical school. So what we're doing initially was targeting the various class prefects in every year group to get every single member into the major group, so that every year when they're having their transitioning programs, we can easily target them or tailor them. Now we are increasing the scope to working with the Federation of Ghana Medical Students Association as well to also come on board, because that federation encompasses all the medical schools in Ghana, both public and private, including those who who wrote the foreign medical exams, those who had their medical schools in China, in Russia. All these are involved, because at the end of the day, we all do house job. Okay. So one of the major things we are doing in targeting these people is reaching FGMSA, reaching contacts within the various classes every single year. We have a coordinator for that, so that we can get all of them in a group and we transition along with them because of the programs that we do. We have transition programs for junior house officers, which is the first stage, transition programs for senior house officers, which is the second stage. And these same people can join the main transition group, which is the pathway to residency, and eventually the foreign medical pathway group. So that's the thing that we are looking at. We have access to email. So our email is medtransitionsghana@gmail.com. So if anybody has a question, they can reach out to that. We always give the numbers of our key stakeholders who would be coordinating each of the various programs. So they can reach out to any of the team members as well. We have accounts on social media that they can also reach out to us when it comes to that particular set. So these are key entry points in reaching our target audience when it comes to the various initiatives that we have. In terms of both junior house officers, we are looking at more into the school space. Another way we're also targeting people is through the various professional associations and various hospitals, because lots of doctors are in the associations. And what we intend to do is that when we get those doctors, we want them to also invite other doctors to come in. Okay, so those doctors also become our channel. They become the source for reaching out to others. As I said, every doctor deserves a chance to transition smoothly. It shouldn't be that you are far off. Maybe you are in a remote country, or a remote town, or a remote region, so you can't talk to somebody who is more inside the creme de la creme of Ghana, quote unquote. Okay, so everyone deserves that chance. And our doors are open. My DMs are always open. My LinkedIn accounts are open for anyone who wants to reach out. Like we said, someone called you part of the group. That also is available. And it's interesting to know that we actually don't charge for these transitions. It's a scope of allowing a lot of people to come and then gain that mastery. Okay, so everyone is liable to come in through your school, through your hospitals, through your associations, through the various key stakeholders, including myself, and you get a chance to be a part of the transition. So majorly those are entry points for our Med Transitions Ghana initiative.
Amazing. That's beautiful. And I like what Dr. Dr. Nkrumah highlighted in the chat, right? Every final year medical student or doctor indeed deserves to transition smoothly. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know Dr. Nkrumah, I think you are doing yourself a great disservice in your entire existence on this cosmos called Earth if you do not know this man, right? They are legends in hiding. I mean it. They are legends in hiding, and he is one of, he's not even hiding. Why am I using the word hiding? But they are legends that you see, and he's amazing. I want to acknowledge him. He's one of the key partners and a board member of the Holistic Medic Network. And if you see us every Sunday for the past month and beyond, if you see us every Sunday at 7 to 7:30, having exploring AI tools with Dr. Finney, he is the mastermind behind that. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube or link, just tap on our live events. You'll see a series of them. People are learning how to create AI tools. I'm sorry, how to create documents and pictures and videos with AI tools. And he's teaching it. And sometimes some of the sessions are as short as 22 minutes, and you get to learn something amazing. And it's at no cost. Just come and learn. Right. So, Dr. Finney, I know you don't like this, but you have to take all your flowers all the time for what you do. Okay, so back to the new gen nurses. Also want to find out if we have a nurse or a midwife listening, and how do they reach out? How do they get incorporated in the whole system? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first off, I just want to thank Dr. Finney because, as you said, I'm a beneficiary of the exploring AI tools. I like techie stuff, but my level is not up to Manuela's level. So I've been benefiting from that video. So Dr. Finney, if you can hear me, I want to say a big thank you. Keep doing the good work. All right. So how can a nurse or a midwife benefit or get to rest? So as I said, we are targeting every NTC a university in Ghana here. Now, I'm trying to raise representatives. Manuela in her earlier presentation spoke about us having a nurse influencer on board, which is called Emanuela Sari. She was a welcome for the Ashanti region. So we have a team, a mobilization team. So there, what they do is that they reach out to the students. So we are invading the Ashanti region. We have stronghold there now. We are spreading our wings. So bit by bit, we are covering all the 16 regions in Ghana here. Another way too is using the internet space. I always say that your greatest weapon here in Ghana or anywhere is to use or leverage the social media space. As a digital marketer, I love anything campaign, social media, all those things. So we are using the social media to reach out to nurses everywhere. So even if you don't have a nurse, you are not even able to have the chance of having a nurse in your school or something or beside you. The fact that you have a phone and you use the social media, you use TikTok, you use X, you would see new nurses somewhere. You see the great things we are doing and the great testimonies that are coming. Then you realize that there is a movement you have to join. Now, on the social media space, you can see our Gmail, newgenesis@gmail.com, reach out to us. And we are making it so accessible. We are trying to use the social media space very well to spread the good news of new genesis everywhere. We are hoping to have nurses on board from the big organizations on board. I always say that when we target those people and they are on board, nurses, we are finished, we are done. Every nurse would love to join this movement because if we have the big people in the big space in this movement, joining and participating and being stakeholders here, you know that this is a safe haven for you. Also, one other way too is to have a community. We have a community of nurses. Currently, we have about 600 nurses there. So over there, we spread the good news of new gen nurses. Yes, within the short, I was like, nurses, are we there like that? Yes. So,
Where
and I
have they
think there
been?
was some yeah, there's some misinformation that is just for general nurses. No, if you are listening to me, it's for all category of nurses. You know, nurses, we have mental health nurses, we have midwives, we have general nurses, we have public health nurses. So far as you are a nurse, you have something with a nurse attached, be it general nursing, public health nursing, midwifery or midwife, you are eligible. Come and join us. We need you all here. We want to upskill. We want to be transformed. We want to stand out. We don't want to just be nurses with syringe, stethoscope, all those things. No, there is more to it. So we're using these spaces to reach out. So I want you to know that whatever category you find yourself in the nursing fraternity, New Gen Nurses, we are here for you to welcome you. There is a safe community for you where you have constant updates, upskills, and all the things you need to know to scale up as a nurse. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. And it's good you clarified that because I wanted to ask, so I think
Yes.
it's key about the category of nurses, right? As she said, so far as you have something to do with the nursing sector, right?
Yes.
We need you on board. And I think the evolution is really coming up. Recently, a very good mentor of my sister, was also an in charge at the hospital my sister worked at. She recently, I think this week, when they had a graduation for lawyers, She's a midwife and she's a lawyer. I don't know
Wow.
how many, yeah, I don't know how many of those we have in Ghana, but she, when I saw, I was like, wow. I don't know if it's, I'm okay mentioning names. I don't mention her name for now, but she is an in charge midwife, in charge of the word, and she's a lawyer, a fully ESQ lawyer, qualified
Yeah.
and being called to the bar. Yeah, I think definitely I have to try and connect you guys with her and maybe come on board and probably have some mentorship session with those who are interested, because I've never heard of a midwife being a lawyer. I don't know if it's done. And
It's
I was
there.
like,
It's actually there. It's there.
wow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you
It's
are
there. We
really
have these
exploring that,
lawyers and that. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Because I know in so many sectors, like even for doctors, a lot of people want to be medical legal because of issue. But to have a nurse who's a fool, as Dr. Finney has said, Dr. A fool, yes, but it's like you can't mess up with her. Oh. Yeah. So, and it's not just being a midwife and a lawyer, right? I believe for a midwife and this, it's not midwife or you can be this end. It's not just
And
or.
yeah,
This is what you are doing. So that end factor, all that we are saying to you is that we want you have that end factor. Don't just say this or. You can have that end. You can be a sonographer and you can be a midwife and a physiotherapist and who have I left out? A lab technician
the
and
pharmacist.
a pharmacist. Oh my God, how could I leave my people out? A pharmacist and a med lab scientist and biochemistry, whatever, and something else. Anyway, so yeah, definitely for every initiative, every movement, we cannot, as much as we sound so vibrant today, is like it's as if we just started the session, right? The energy is still up there. Every association has its challenges. It has its issues that we believe that not just one person can solve, a whole community can solve. Okay, so we'd like to find out from Dr. Vanessa from Med Transitions, what are some of the major challenges that you faced, yourself, the organization, the movement in the early stages, and even now, how did you overcome them? And also, let me just add this: what are some of the challenges that you still have that maybe you are also speaking to the public about? If there's someone listening who could also come in to help, so both the challenges you faced, how you solved them, and the ones you are facing now. Yeah, over to you, Dr.
Am I?
Thank you very much, Dr. Bernice. I think in a part of the world, there's one challenge I learned in social studies that will cut across, even if you don't know the answer. And that challenge is argent, it's money, it's funds, it's goody. Okay, so I think when the Bible said that money answers all things, he was right, very, very right, and there are a lot of things that can push you. You have the idea, but sometimes the funds can be a limitation. So let me just start off with, we started this as a virtual event, and there are just so many medical doctors. There's like so many final year medical graduates. You can just imagine what a Zoom platform can take. If we want to encompass every single one of them, we need a Zoom capacity that can fill almost all of them. And that kind of Zoom capacity is a paid version, it's not free. As I said earlier, our initiative is free. Like, we've not taken money except the senior high because obviously I think they just paid 20 cities. But all the programs we have had have been free. They just come, they listen. There's nothing that is paid for monetarily, and people, I can say that with my chest, I go praise because of that. So fans have been a very huge challenge, really making this vision look like what you want the vision to look like in a way that everybody is involved. Like, I love inclusion. As I said, every single person deserves a chance to transition smoothly. It shouldn't be that because you couldn't log on early, so you couldn't listen to the speakers. It shouldn't be that because you know anybody in the Met team, so you couldn't get access to the link. Like, that's not what we want. We want you to know that you qualify. You have an equal opportunity to listen to this information. Plans for that virtual event was difficult. As we say, every initiative comes with sacrifice. So it came with my team and myself funding the bill for the startup, for the virtual event, for the flyers that we were making, for the people that we were reaching out to. Right. So one of the major barriers have been funds. If right now someone invests and supports or donates like $10,000 or $1 million into med transitions right now. Hey,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Or just imagine what we want to do because we really want to go global. Housemanship is not just in Ghana. We do housemanship in Gabon. We do housemanship in Nigeria. Even being able to reach out to resource persons who are taking time off their busy schedule. Like, look at how busy a doctor's working, and they have to dedicate time just to come and talk to fellow mentees about that period. Like, just a little honorarium to tell them we support you, we appreciate you, can go a long way. But because we don't really take money for this, it's now on the beck and call of voluntary contributions that really push out. Because there's a lot of work to be done. If you're a doctor, if you are in any form of institution, you're a healthcare organization, and you are thinking that I want to expand my reach, I talk about partnerships soon. I want to invest in a change in the healthcare system because investing in doctors is invariably investing in the healthcare system. These are the same people that are going to be in the various roles, the various capacity. Imagine a well-mentored doctor in that right capacity. Expect a better Ghana, expect a better health, expect referral systems to be working, expect a doctor that is right on you on your emergency, expect someone who is willing to save your life with all they have got because they receive the right resources at the right time. It would be very hurtful to be broken and expect a broken doctor to heal you. We want to be able to make sure that healed doctors, doctors who have healed, doctors who have scars but are healing other people. Broken crayons color, but we want to sharpen that brokenness. We want to make sure that these doctors are sharper on their feet. So one of the major issues has been funds. Another issue was initially community mobilization, but we are working on that now with our groups that we have. I think Redeemer we had 600. We have quite a number. We have like 1,000 plus in some of our groups
Oh.
at the. So community mobilization and keeping the community up to date, even in this period, has been something we've been working on. Another challenge also has been the study groups that we put together, ensuring that it's active. So we are calling on people who have passion and had to lead these people to have that initiative as well for them. Another thing that has also been a major challenge is reaching out to the key stakeholders. We've actually come a long way. As I mentioned, this year we're able to make breaking grounds with FGMSA and Gador, but we have our eyes set on bigger fish. Okay, we are hoping to get GMA on board, the Ghana Medical Association. We spoke to JDA. We are still in talks with them. They are also on board about the initiatives. We are hoping that the various examination committees can also come on board because we'll need like key stakeholders from them. We want to hear their voices. There was a difference that was made in one of the subgroups when we had for public health. We actually had invigilators from the Ghana College of Public Health come together to speak to the students. There was a massive difference in what was being said. So any key stakeholder in these examination boards can really assist us. We are hoping that the university, the School of Medical Sciences across board, it shouldn't just be the FGMSAs, but the deans of the various schools, the vice deans of the various schools can help structure better mentorship opportunities for them. They're really hoping that private hospitals can come on board, healthcare organizations can also come on board and partner with us, and volunteers. Honestly, the only way the train can work is if people are helping move that train. One person cannot make the dream work. It's a teamwork. It might be one vision, but that vision encompasses people. So if you have a heart of volunteerism to join the various groups, a sponsorship and partnership group, a social media group, you have a heart for mentoring, you feel like giving back to you, you want to give back to the young people, and you don't have an opportunity to do that, reach out to us, get the opportunity to speak to young people about life choices, about making sure that mental health is fine, about making sure that their finances are fine, about ensuring they make the right rotation choices. Okay, so you can volunteer to be a part of that mentorship structure as well. You can reach out to us as well if you have the capacity as a healthcare ambassador. So the thing we want to do is that we have a very wide reach. I mentioned that we have maybe like 3,000 plus people at the moment. If you have a healthcare brand and you want to maybe advertise and get people to come on board as a social responsibility, you can partner with us. As you are selling your brand, you're contributing to the change in healthcare system. by supporting transitions. All right. So any healthcare brand, those selling scraps, I think ED Med stores, if you are listening to me, hi. Those selling scraps, those selling stethoscopes, those who are into lab services. To be honest with you, it's with the doctors that will sign the prescription and the doctors that will give the lab request forms to your various facilities. So it's a good social responsibility. To be very nice that you step up in SIN lab, med lab, no matter which lab service you are in, to support these healthcare transitions in the various healthcare systems, starting with med transition. So looking at funding, I've spoken about solutions to fund. That's also another thing that I want to talk about. The lack of the people and volunteerism is the solution for that problem. And then the last problem I will talk about is
Dr. Nessa, I think you've accidentally muted.
hello,
Good.
please can I be
Yeah.
heard? Okay,
Yeah.
right. Sorry, thank you so much. I think the last problem or issue I will talk about aside sponsorship is reach, expanding reach to international borders. It's not easy to get partners cross country, so we are hoping that we can get those and key stakeholders in the various sectors, especially when it comes to the foreign medical graduate pathway. So, if you are in any capacity as a medical doctor, as a healthcare organization, as someone who is passionate about mentorship, guiding people, if your voice cannot do it, your money can do it, guys. Money goes everywhere. If you're in any capacity to support us virtually, would be very glad to have arms wide open. Maybe you just want to support an event. You really want to invest in healthcare system. Basically, that's what I say. If you want to invest in the change in the healthcare system of Ghana, it starts now. It starts with you, and we'll be happy to have you on board. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And it's as if Dr. Nkoma was just reading my mind when he was like, the future of Ghana's healthcare system is looking so glorious. Wow. Like just listening to all these major gaps that we've had over the years being gradually filled month after month, year after year. I think our children are going to just see a different Ghana, right? They are going to see a different Ghana, not just in the healthcare system, but I believe that it's going to erupt right from here. That in few years from now, when you talk about one of the best healthcare systems in the world, right from doctors to nurses to midwives to physiotherapists to pharmacists to every single person who makes the health, even to the non like the staff, like those who help us with cleaning and all, every single person practically who makes healthcare system work in Ghana will be different. And I believe it's going to start with these small looking ladies, small looking gentlemen coming on your screens, shouting and talking. But we need your support. We need to help succumb the challenge one after the other. And I just want to say this, Dr. Nessa, whilst we were just speaking, just what I heard in my spirit boldly was prepare a budget. That was all, right? Just prepare a budget. I know you gave $1 billion, but prepare a budget. That's just, I just had to write it down and circle. I don't know if it's just for you or for new geners, or maybe it can just be for anyone listening, right? This is not, this is Shakara prophecy. I've just said it. God said, prepare a budget, and it
Amen.
will
I'm with
work.
you. On that. I'm with you. I heard you because I heard the same word. So the budget is ready. So
Wow.
I'm so
Amazing. So if you are listening, we are our budget is ready. Right. So it's not like you text us on Monday, prepare a budget, and now we are now going to fish it out. The budget is there. So just reach out to us, right? There are certain things, definitely we cannot put some of these things online and tell you that our budget is so so and so and so. That's why Dr. Vanessa is saying you can reach her on LinkedIn, on she gave out her website addresses and all that. I'm sure they're going to drop it in the comments and all that. Reach out to them, get the budget in whichever way you can support. Enough with the complaining. Enough with the complaining. Yes, the doctor you met frowned at you. The nurse shouted at you. The lab technician pricked you 2 times. The pharmacist didn't explain the drug to you. Who else do we even blame? The sonographer was not gentle when he was putting the gel on your tummy. The security man didn't show you the right place. All those complaints, enough.
Yeah.
Let's get real. Let's get solutions. Enough with the complainings, right? And we are saying that these ladies here are telling you that they don't know everything. We don't know everything, but at least we believe that what we are doing can help bring down the challenges. And we are just asking you to support. We are just asking you to, whatever money, right? I always say not all money is cash. Yes, what we are talking about is the cash part. But even if it's, as Dr. Nessa said, you have an idea, you want to volunteer and support your time, your resources, because most of these people running these things, as she said, for med transition, are doctors, right? We are not saying that we are the world's most busiest, but sometimes after a long day shift, all you want to do is just to sleep. All you want to do, last time I posted something on LinkedIn that you want to just put your duvet on you, but there's work. So imagine if you had people coming to support, it takes the burden off. Because let me tell you, one of the things that can really stifle creativity is tiredness. When you're extremely tired, if you're not careful often, right? If you are not, you make wrong decisions and you procrastinate. But imagine that if some of these amazing founders and executive directors have that mental space to think, because they know certain things are being sorted out, you get premium. Why do you think Apple and all those other companies are bringing initiatives every day? Because every single sector, like system, department is covered. So the founders they get the time to think, they get the time to meditate. But if you are tired, you're getting meditation. Eh? You anyway, I just said today I was going to stay on course, but so please support with the least amount that you have, right? It doesn't hurt. Okay, so back to Ella. We also want to find out your challenges you are facing and how you overcame it, and currently the challenges you are facing now and how people can support. Over to you, Ella.
Okay, so from the start, we knew appearance on social media was going to be a problem. So when Dr. Mene said we're all over her face on LinkedIn, I was laughing. So initially, when we were sourcing, with this kind of thing, you need to get people who are good, with what they do, a graphic designer, a social media manager. But we wanted to get nurses so that when we bring these nurses on board, they are going to be inspired that those that are running this organization, they are nurses, but they have something else that they are doing. Okay, so our initial challenge was finding people to sub leaders to help us with this initiative, and those that we found, none of them are on LinkedIn. None of them were on LinkedIn. So I had to just, I said Emanuela was the one call, so I had to go through the group, and then I would just pick a random number and then call. So I did this initiative where nurses who have businesses can just send me their flyers, and I'll put it in that rotation group. So I saw one who said he's a blogger. So I just contacted him. He's called Tikao. I said, Tikao, I have this initiative that I want to do. We want to do something. Do you want to help us? Because he's a blogger. He doesn't know about LinkedIn, but when it comes to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, he's all over there. And that is what he does, aside being a nurse. And that is what is earning him money at the moment. And he's the blogger for a lot of famous people too. So he said, okay, why don't you then help us? So that was our initial challenge, the social media presence. So he collaborated he's under Redeemer in Redeemer's sector. So under the digital marketing department, they collaborated. And our challenge was finding a graphic designer who was a nurse. That one, we really struggled for a long time because we couldn't find anybody. So the same Tikao said he has another guy who we could contact. Fortunately, he's not a nurse though, but we had to make do with that. I realized how important it is for nurses to learn digital skills, because if finding a nurse that is a graphic designer was so difficult for us, then imagine the gap we are having in the system right now. So that was our initial challenge. We were able to overcome it. And then mobilization. So we decided to have a mobilization team where they would focus mainly on ensuring that they share everything on WhatsApp, on the rotation groups. When you are down schooling and you're about to be posted, there are a lot of groups available. We then realize there are like 10 groups all for these kind of things. So we had the mobilization team to ensure that they invade these groups. Okay, because we wanted to start with Ghanaian nurses. We have other people at the moment, the mentorship session, we have nurses from other countries joining. But I wanted to make sure that those at home are benefiting before we spread our wings outside. Okay, so we decided to invade the WhatsApp groups, invade the Facebook nurses groups, invade the Instagram groups to ensure that we get this community. And that was why we just opened the group. I think it's been 1 week or 2 weeks, and we're able to get that 500 to 600 nurses now in the WhatsApp community. So they've been working a lot, and that's one challenge I'm glad that we've been able to overcome. Getting all of them in one space so that we can be able to talk to them. And then our social media presence currently it's been improving. You see us on TikTok, you see us everywhere. We are trying to also start the YouTube too, but we will get there with time. And for hours to enter the mentorship session, it is paid. The mentorship session is paid, and then after that, by getting access to the international pathway, for instance, the person going to help you through the process is basically free. Just that the cost involved in applying for these things, you bear your own cost, but the person is going to take you through everything basically for free. So through your starting, the IELTS, we also have the paid and the free version to cater for every pocket. These nurses, some are home, they don't have money and all that, just to ensure that we cater to them too. But one major problem is the participation. You have people paying to enter, but for them to show up, it seems like nurses have been boxed up for so long that the mere thought of just showing up on their WhatsApp status is a problem. And it's something I also marveled. I never realized the situation was so serious. It's one of the major challenges we are having right now. Redeemer would testify testify to that. Is the participation. We have almost 30 students right now who have registered for the mentorship session, but the participation, we've been so comfortable being boxed up. Okay, we have so many options, like I said, the four core arms, so many options are available for them to choose from. These are free. Okay, but for them to show up, to listen, for them to show up, they are just so comfortable being alone in their safe space, thinking about whatever they are going through. They just don't want to show up online. They just don't want to. It's like they are now getting it small. Like now, okay, I've now heard this. Let me just try, but I'm scared. What if my family members see this? What if this person sees this? What are they going to say about me? They're going to say that I'm online, I'm here, and this and that. So that's one major challenge, the mindset, with our nurses currently. That's the major challenge we are having. But we are taking to we've made plans to address that. We are going to organize webinars. These are going to be free for those on the platform, so that we are going to address that they need to come out. The time for nurses to come out is here and now. They need to be up and out. We need them out. We have so many things to offer. Currently, there's this one student that is just making me so proud. I think she should be on the call right now, Marilyn. She's just making me just so proud right now. And she even hosted one of our webinars, as part of the mentorship program, because we were having one of, and she took up and hosted the thing. And I was so happy. I was like, this is what we do. Like, this is what we need you to come out and share whatever you have been doing. And during the class, one mentioned that she doesn't have anything to offer, so she doesn't see why she should come online. After all they know is the word. And I asked her that, okay, tell me, what have you been doing in the past year? And she's like, she has collaborated with brands. She collaborated with the Yaz company, the Lexa company, and then they went on an outreach. I was like, you've collaborated with Yaz, and you are telling me you have not done anything. So you don't have anything to bring out there. Then what would those online also say? This is what you are doing. But you realize the mindset here. She has been doing something, but being so used to boxing it up, not sharing it, that they just don't want to show up. They don't want to participate. They don't want to bring it online. But when we drew her attention to that, she was like, oh, okay, then I've actually done something. And that one too also came in and was like, me too, I've not done anything. I said, are you sure? Okay, tell me, what have you been doing this past day? Oh, I've been working at the care home I was like, you've been working at the care home and you're not doing anything. So what is that one? And you realize that they are all doing amazing work. They are all doing great work. Just that they've been so boxed. The system has made us like that. 1 or 2 ways. It has made us like that, boxed up. The healthcare profession, just go to the hospital, come back home, and all that. So that is our major challenge, and then we are addressing that. And then also with collaborations, we've just started. We are looking to collaborate with tech companies to ensure that our nurses are trained digitally. Okay, because funds are a problem. Because if you are going to get a teacher on board, you need to pay the person and then all that. So we can also get tech gurus, health writers who are willing to volunteer to teach this batch of nurses we have, at least these 30 students that we have that are in the main mentorship group, to train them in digital skills. We would be grateful. collaborate with tech companies. For the international pathway, anybody who is currently outside Ghana, if you've used the international pathway, you are a nurse in the UK, a nurse in Canada, a nurse in Germany, a nurse in Barbados, any country at all, we need you on board. Okay, right now we have those in the US and the UK, but you're still looking for those in Canada, in Germany, in Barbados. So if you are in any of these countries and you transition from Ghana or even any other African country at all, we'll be grateful for you to mentor these nurses to know that there's an option for them. There's an option for them. It's not only about staying in Ghana, and it's a legal way, an acceptable way all over the world for them to also go global. So if you can have people like that, and then for mentorship sessions, nurses, pioneer nurses who are making it big in other different professions to come and encourage these people, mentor these people to let them know that, okay, you may not know what to do with your certificate, but this is what I did. This is the options available. You could go through this process. We could have other nurses on board to also help with that. It will be great. So that is it. So we are looking to partner with tech companies, partner with international nurses to also help us, and then the funds to also help sponsor these digital skills. It's not easy to get them for free, to help sponsor these nurses to earn digital skills. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I think you were talking about Tika, and he is right in the comment section. He said,
Tika.
Yeah, I'm spotlighting his comment.
Yeah.
Said we need to come out, so they are coming out.
Only blogger.
Okay, so we are getting closer and closer, unfortunately, sadly, to the concluding part of our conversation. But there's something that just struck me, and this is just a general question I want to put out across anyone who wants a problem. So I don't know if it came in mind, because I think probably in some months to come or years to come with these amazing initiatives, some people may raise this concern, or it's just something that just came to my mind that, okay, if you are training nurses, doctors, people in the health sector, okay, pretty much to live more and have more beyond the health space. And let's say we are having a nurse who is a businesswoman. Is she really going to give off her all when she's at the workplace? It just came into my mind like that, like, but you're saying that we should train them to do this. So what if she's into business, she comes to work and she's tired, and now she's come to rather sleep at the workplace because Okodi Jan or Abre? Do you think it's a problem that can come? And yeah, can we have just that discussion about that? It just came into my mind. What do you think? Or is just my mind overthinking as usual? Dr. Nessa or Redeemer? Okay, Redeemer, take a go. I didn't see your mute. Go ahead. The place was quiet. So I had to point someone.
Okay, so with this question, you're actually in the spirit. When I started my marketing, I told you during my rotation, I had this passion. I met a tech guy, so I started taking basic tech skills and courses. So when my teacher realized that after rotation, I was diving more into the marketing, I was working with a Nigerian brand. So he was seeing me doing more of social media management and things. So one day he entered my DM and was like, "Hey, Redeemer, you're doing well." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you, sir." So I don't want to be like a killjoy or something, but of late, you see more nurses. The nurses in the US, they'll be more into entrepreneurship and things. We have Black entrepreneurship women. There is a community like that. I think I wanted to join, but I don't know. I didn't know how to get there. So he was asking me that, so this one that we're all doing this, are we going to stop the nursing? Like, he just hit me. I was like, oh. So this is actually a question, okay, and it's a bit alarming because he was scared. So it's like this one that we are all trying to preach diversity. Are we going to stop the nursing? Are we going to stop the doctrine? And you see, nurses should understand. I believe in this. Don't forget your first love. That is what I believe in. And I believe in a fulfilled nurse. I believe that when you are fulfilled, when you're able to explore all the potential you have, okay, I said it is possible to be 100% in the healthcare and 100% in another field. So we're not saying that go to the world and go and say you are tired. When you get to it's humanity, serve people, give your all. I believe in give the world your best and the best will come back to you. That is my principle. So I see myself, I'm a private care nurse. I do home care. When I go to work and you see me and my patients, understand language differences. She's an Eve. I'm also an Eve. I play a song, we dance. Like if you see me at my best, so when they come, they see me playing Ludo. Yes, that is my focus at the time. I do it now. In the evenings, I have my meetings, my coaching. When I'm doing that one, and they come, they're like,
Wow.
"Hey, Auntie Nancy,
Wow.
are doing your meeting?" I say, "Yes." So they respect that aspect of me. When they come, they're like, "Oh, William, I want you to check my vital signs. Are you doing your meeting? Are you coaching?" I'm like, "Okay, then give me a minute. Let me finish and attend to you." So I believe that yes, we can still be great people, great entrepreneurs, great whatever, and still when it comes to the nursing fraternity, give your best. When you're a doctor, give your best. Don't go to the world and be like, okay, I've upskilled, so most of them. You see, no, that is not what we are preaching here. That is not what we
Yeah.
are preaching. So this is a great concern. This is alarming because people are scared that if we are teaching nurses to be more tech inclined when it comes to the world. Once they, but no, technology is actually invading the healthcare system. A time will come, we'll have robots even administering medications and things.
Exactly.
So we need nurses who can handle or regulate or this robot. There's something in AI. I realize that AI, everyone can use AI, but it's about prompt engineering. So we will need
Mm,
nurses to know all these things so that when AI invades, we don't become indispensable. No, that so we become others, yeah, we become indispensable because we've known this AI stars and we are still relevant. But if you don't know all these things, AI will come and you will just think we are not relevant and you just take us away and there'll be high unemployment rate. But when nurses are being empowered with these skills, when you bring this robots and all those things, I'm able to navigate this robots, I'm able to give you the right prompt, and I'm still relevant. And you need human touch. In the world,
mm.
some people I feel like they're not sick. Okay, so these aged genetic people, when they come and just give them a soothing touch, you see them eat. They need human touch. So they need all of us. So we need to upskill. We need to know more. Okay, so that when it comes to our field of work, we're able to give our 100% knowing these things. Otherwise, robots will come and take, and the whole world will be boring. No nurse to like, hey, hello, are you okay? Yes, so we can still be 100% in what
Wow.
we do and still give 100% in the new field we're exploring. It's possible. The only limitation is our minds. So I
Mm,
just want us to rewire our minds. Mindset is very important. When Manana was talking about mindset, a nurse entered my DM and said, I'm seeing this whole new generation. She doesn't know what it's about. She's scared. But when she saw my face and she saw the kind of lady I was on campus, she knew it was a safe haven. And I realized mindset, number one. We need to
wow.
have a mindset change. So please, people should understand that whether we have skill or we will give our best. So nurses should also understand that when you have skill, still give your best. Still give your human touch in everything you do. Thank
Beautiful.
you very much.
Thank you. The only limitation is in our minds. Wow. Dr. Ness, I don't know if you want to say something to that, but that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was. I'm even afraid to even say something to it. Now I wish I had spoken first. Right. I just want to say this, that people are afraid of change. People are always afraid of change. And sometimes that fear translates into it being more safe when you don't get it done. We are afraid of the kind of people that we can become when we become. And so we find excuses to avoid becoming. I recently had a session with mentors and I was teaching on a mentor as a lifelong learner. And we had a game, would we rather? I was asking them that would they rather send a mail by a pigeon like they were doing a couple of years ago? Maybe you want to talk to your beloved, so you write a letter and then you give it to the pigeon and the pigeon will send it to them. Or you prefer to use social media. I'm very sure that when the various evolution stages happened, people were scared. People who were in that business would ask themselves, what will happen to my business? What would I do? What can I do? But change comes with change. The fact that change is coming does not mean that we are going to be handicapped. And I love it when God says that He always leaves a remnant. It's not everybody, to be honest with you, it's not everybody that would be able to multi diversify, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that others who want to shouldn't have the option to do so. The fact that you don't want to be multi-diverse does not mean someone else shouldn't have that option. And trust me, the fact that I'm doing med transitions, I'm doing job, I'm doing LinkedIn, doesn't mean that my patients will be handicapped. Like Redeemer said, it all starts with the mind. I have people that some of them don't even know I'm doing, like they don't know I'm the face of med transition, quote unquote. Because I come to work, I'm also doing what you are doing. At the end of the day, I go back and I'm having meetings, I'm having speaking engagements, I'm coming on. Sometimes I ask myself that, like, what at all am I doing? What am I collecting in this life? Like, then I'm where we are saying, what at all are we collecting in this life? But it's for change, it's for impact, it's for people's lives to be transformed. There is a cause. For this very cause, we'll keep striving, we'll keep being on the mill. That means that people who need the opportunity to be transformed should be given that opportunity. So in a couple of years to come, if we have nurses that are multi-diverse, if we have doctors that are multi-diverse, it's a plus. And let me tell you, even if we have those who would not be. And that doesn't mean that they are wrong people or they are down people. Probably that is their purpose. They were fashioned for a time as that. They were fashioned to thrive only in healthcare. They were fashioned to thrive only in that industry. But for those people, we, the other people, should not perish. And that's exactly why I actually have Step Up Mentoring Program, which has a bit of what New Gen is doing when it comes to personal branding. In Step Up Mentoring Program, I told myself that I don't want to look like the average medical doctor. I believe New Gen nurses are like that. We don't want to look like the average New Gen nurses. There is a particular way the world has set us up for. Even in a medical space, you go to medical school, you do house job, you do residency, you become a specialist, and that is it. But I should be given the option of being more, and that shouldn't be the handicap of being a medical doctor. And that's the same. You can be more. Don't be afraid to be more. I want you to be able to move your chest out and say that I will be more. 100% here, 100% there. It is possible. With God, all things are possible. You are never too late to the train. You are never too early to the train. The train has a seat for you. Hop on board and join us in making that change. In a couple of years to come, it's going to be amazing. Not because we are afraid to make that change, not because we are afraid to be multi-diverse, because we took that chance. We're able to vouch for ourselves, to vouch for a new change, to vouch for something that is more important, that will change the healthcare system. So for me, it is so possible. And I'm excited to join these leaders to make it possible. And this is not an MPP campaign, guys.
I was
It's
about
just
saying
that
that.
by the Holy Spirit this evening to tell you it's about, guys. With God, all things are possible. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. I want you to just type in the comment if you are loving this. Oh my God. I really thank God we did this today. Just type in the comments. It is possible. It is possible. If you think that maybe you are a strong affiliate of another political party, don't say it's possible. Type it is doable. It's happenable. Type something else. If you are so scared of using possible, maybe for all you know, your card will be revoked. Right, but it is so possible. My God, I was about to say, damn, it is super. And I don't. It's just as Redeemer said, it's just the mindset because we don't sleep. Okay, fine. There are days you get to sleep in the hospital, but you don't sleep in the hospital all the time. You don't mix amoxiclav all the time. You're not mixing artesunate all the time. You're not taking scans all the time. So what is the problem? And some people actually spend like maybe 3, 4, 5 hours on TikTok, on Netflix. So it's the same time we are just still. So it's not like we are inventing 6 additional hours here, 24. We're just saying that same hours, just take a part of it and do something else. That's all. And I believe that oftentimes that addition is our superpower. I tell people that if I were not a doctor, I will not be doing this. How would I say that I'm helping health professionals and I have nothing to do with the health? Like, we are able to do this because we are in the health sector. And I always say that when I go to the workplace, especially when I wear scrubs with my name and everything there, you have to do times 4 because your name is all over social media. You have to show that indeed you are the person you saying that you are teaching people to be holistic. Once my boss was like, celebrity doctor, start mobilizing funds for this hospital. I was just laughing. I didn't know she had seen it, but she just ended up seeing it. So I said, I learned you're a celebrity doctor, start mobilizing. So, and even though she just said it in passing, I was like, wow, for my boss to even think that and even say, that means people are really watching. So if you are here and you are listening and you're in the health sector and you are scared, oh, I don't want to do this because I want that. Maybe you have the time. Your time, I just lose for Netflix. If people are not watching Netflix will not be making money on bamboo wild like that. It's because we are watching. So we are telling you that watch your Netflix. If you're watching 5 series a day, watch 2 series. Use the rest 1 hour 30 minutes. Come and learn the text code. That's all next gen nurses are saying. Simple. That's all step up mentoring program they are telling you. Just use part of the time. Come and learn something and upgrade yourself. If I keep talking about this, I think we're gonna close at 12 a.m. So let's I'm just gonna just merge the remaining parts of our question. But I think we're speaking about the initiatives and the uniqueness. So we're just going to briefly just wrap up with these last set of questions that for our amazing founders and our executive directors and the team and the campaign team and everything, how was the plan for sustaining this initiative? Because it is one thing to plant, it's one thing to see it's bad, and it's one thing to see it grow, right? Somebody planted, somebody watered, God gave the increase. So there are so many initiatives that have started. The sustainability, right? The sustainability is the problem that we see, that certain things come up 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I remember when HOMENET started, right? A lady reached out to me that, oh, they have a similar thing in Gambia, but you know how health professionals are, they are not so forthcoming, like Ella was saying. So they started, the feedback was no good, and now they don't know what they are doing. Me, I thought whether you comment or not, whether you like or not, me, I'll do. You see me, you see my, I like it's getting to the point where I know. So God says that drop this pen, I am dropping it. I am stopping. The ring light is gonna be on, the microphone is gonna be on. So he says stop. But I know that it's I'm not saying that it's not troubling. You can ask Dr. Fini. Sometimes I'm like, why can't people just show up? Why can't people just comment? Why can't, like, it's troubling. But then again, it's like, man, this world, no matter what you do, that redundancy will always be there. And there are always those silent watchers, of course. But please, enough of the silent watchers. Sometimes it's too much. If you are seeing and it's good, say it's good. Anyway, so we just want to know about the sustainability. Okay, since Dr. Nessa took the last part, I'll start from the next gen nurses. I don't know who wants to take it, but what is the plan you are putting in place to ensure sustainability of the initiative? And I also want to add this because of time so that we can speed up. If you have some upcoming programs that you want to put out there for the public to know about, if there's a new program coming up or a new initiative that people can come on board.
Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, let me just say this here. When we started, Manana will be like, Ridima, do you have Dr. Bennett's number? Go to her and tell her that God bless her. I wonder how she's doing it. This woman is one of capacity. I said, share. She's a one of capacity because, as we said, the redundancy is serious. Sometimes it can break you, but I see the energy you put in. I see the vibe. I said, no, see, my dear, we cannot do this. We can do it. Let's do tactically. All right. So when it comes to sustainability, I believe in partnering with key stakeholders, okay, people who would help us from the Ghana Registered Nursing and Midwifery Association, NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council, private organizations, and these nursing institutions, so that we get sustained. I believe when we spread our wings so far and wide, and we have these people in new gen nurses, they know that no, this is here to stay. Do you know that? Can you imagine that some people join the group? They said they want to see what is going on. So yeah, it's like they're already predicting that, oh, this thing will not last. But shocker, God's hands is in this. We are lasting. We are lasting. So that mindset. So we need people like that in new gen nurses. So when they see people like, let's say if Dr. Nessa like this, okay, is a top person in the nursing fraternity and she's a new gen nurses and she's wearing new gen nurses t-shirts, speaking about new people, like, okay, no, this thing, they are serious. So we want people like that. So if you are here on this call, we are calling on all the big gurus in the nursing fraternity, wherever you are hiding, please come out, join the small girls, and let's change the nursing game. It's not about belts. I'll say it here. It's not really about the belts, the rank. No, please, we are one. There is unity in power. So let's come together, okay? I believe I was saying something when we started this, that what one person cannot do, a collaborative effort can do. I started something like this about branding. I thought, like, well, my people have to be chasing them. I said, oh. So when Ella and Essential reached out to me, I said, okay, Manana, wherever you are, she will bring you out. So we need people like that, people with energy, volunteers, people who are seeing this vision, people who are good when it comes to mentoring. And one thing I know that we can use to sustain this is to replicate our own kind. I believe a leader, okay, is an outstanding one when that leader has the ability to replicate its own kind. So we want to train these adherent nurses, train them so much so we coming up here, we want to show them that We want to show them that it is possible for nurses to invade spaces. We are using ourselves as case studies in the schools that we learn, okay, that say it is possible for a nurse to step out. So we want to replicate our own kinds through our mentoring, like our mentees, sorry, so that they can invade spaces and preach new gen nurses everywhere. So our own kind volunteers and the big gurus in the nursing fraternity, because new gen nurses is here to stay. I didn't know the impact we were having when I was seeing DMs of nurses telling me that they've been yearning for mentorship. They didn't know where and how. I said, damn, we are not stopping this. Sorry for the
Mhm.
damn. But I really know we can't stop this. I think I shared to my people. Somebody entered my DM on LinkedIn and she was like, then she joined LinkedIn because of what we're doing. And I think she was part of our WhatsApp group. She said she doesn't really know how to navigate LinkedIn. She came and she was like, "Ah, so there's something like that." So she joined LinkedIn because of new gen nurses. And that alone is I was so happy. I said, okay, you joined because of it. Okay, then don't worry. Just be willing. We have the time, we have the energy. Just be willing. So what we want to do, we want this thing to stay. So we got on our side. We want to replicate more of our kinds. We want to have big people on board, big stakeholders. We want to have volunteers, people who are passionate about this vision, people who have things to do. I remember one time a colleague called me that really, I have a lot of things, I have a lot of abilities. I don't know what to do. But when I see the way you are showing up on social media, I said, my dear, sometimes I want to give up, but I don't know what is burning in me that Redeemer, you can't stop. Redeemer, I need to keep pushing. I thought alone on LinkedIn. So I started saying I was a digital marketer. I was pitching the digital marketing aspects of myself until I met one gentleman, Max Oladiman Prempeh and Kwesi York. They spoke to me and they were like, Redeemer, you were a nurse, a great nurse. Show what you do. So I want to spotlight those people here. So I was like, it's true, I'm a nurse. Why am I hiding? But I felt alone. Everywhere I go, I was just seeing Nigerians say names. So new gen nurses, one way is that we have a community that feels like home, so that you feel like don't give up because the journey can be tiring. When you're not seeing results, you just want to give up. But we have a strong community that supports all nurses. So when you're in this community, you can't give up. New gen nurses will keep on growing and growing and growing. So those are the ways we want to sustain this great vision. And our upcoming programs,
Okay.
we are asking our mentees to give us a 5-year plan for themselves. Personally, New Genesis, it was an initiative that I had a coach coaching me, okay? Mrs. Funke Arigbangba, she's a nurse in the UK, so you can imagine. She was coaching Manuela and I. So we do a 30 days growth plan. And me, my 30 days growth plan was about New Genesis. She told me specifically that, Redeemer, you bet for this project. I told her I was a busy lady. I had this, I was doing this. She said, enough of these excuses. These excuses are what you are using to procrastinate. Like you're hiding behind this, your schedules. She said, you always be busy. You always be doing this. So bet for this. So when they are talking about mentorship, I know what it is to be mentored, and I've seen the impact of mentorship. So our initiative is to have an exclusive mentorship for these nurses. That their 5-year plan, we want to make sure it happens. The way a
Mm,
mentor was on me to make sure that new genesis came to life. So
yeah.
this what is in the pipeline to make sure that every dream of every nurse that has joined this exclusive mentorship comes to bed. I always say that the grave is the richest place because in there we had people who were bold to step out, people who were procrastinating, and they died with great visions that could have changed the world. We don't want our nurses to, we say they should die, but they should pass on with these visions. We want to make sure that these visions come to life. We want to see new initiatives in the nursing fraternity. So these are the other, you know, things we have in the pipeline. Thank you.
Amazing. The pipeline is choked now. It's choked, you know. And we say this is in the pipeline. And right now, imagine the things in the pipeline. It's so choked. We just need your support. We're just counting on all of you. Help us push it. Right? You don't need to be in the health space, as I said, to help any of these initiatives. And I will take this moment to say a very big thank you to Dr. Vicky Otarunyina. This lady is she's so amazing. I remember when we started our first meeting, I texted her. I was just texting people on doctors on LinkedIn. She was like, "Oh, she's not really like a doctor, like Doctor Ish, but she's a doctor in another sphere." But she was like, "Oh, no problem. This is so amazing." She even featured our story in a paper in Zimbabwe, in Cote d'Ivoire. She linked me up with one lady in US just to talk to her about the vision, to see how these are the people we are looking for. Right? Even if you are not directly there, you can link us to somebody to support. That's all we need. Let's push all the things in the pipeline. Okay. So yeah, that's Vanessa. We also want to know about your sustainability plan and if there are any upcoming initiatives you want the public to know about.
Thank you very much. So, on the foundation of what you said and what Redeemer said, because of time, the same as you, for us, sustainability will look like a mix of both partnership, sponsorship, and then a growing community of people who are alumni of the initiative willing to reinvest. So, I just take them three tier and then I'll talk about it. So, partnership, partnering with the key stakeholders, like we keep saying, if this thing has to be sustained, that means the initiative has to be with an already thriving organization. All right, that's how initiatives are sustained, by something that is standing firm. So, for all the key stakeholders that we mentioned earlier on, from the, I don't want to mention them again, but from the medical associations to the exam stations to etc., if they are able to come on board with us and partner with us, it's really going to stand. Partnerships from CEOs or big people, anybody willing to invest in healthcare. You could have a brand in healthcare, you could have a passion for healthcare, probably might be wondering how to go about it. Anyone with that hat that I'm not happy with how Ghana's healthcare system is, I want to help in training better doctors. I want to help in making sure that the change starts from the grassroots. Please, you are warmly welcome to join us. You can partner with us if you are a health influencer. I see a lot of doctor influencers coming up nowadays. So if you're a health influencer coming up, you can help make noise about the programs that we have to get more people to join our sessions. Remember, our sessions are currently free. So it's majorly for your benefit that you join to be mentored. Then for sponsorship, as many people, sponsorship in money, we have a budget for you. Just say there are various aspects of the event you can sponsor. We have various programs. So we have programs for junior house officers. Sorry. So you want to sponsor a session, maybe the day for the Greater Accra region, the day for the mid zone, the day for the Northern Belt, maybe just a section, just to take care of the speaker, just to take care of the event. You want to say that I want to sponsor the graphic design for the whole year, or the graphic design for the whole, that aspect of it, that is actually open. You want to sponsor publicity, that is open. You want to partner with us through your brand, that is open. We give you the opportunity to also sell your brand to doctors, that is also open. So sponsorship in a my right amount of way. Your little donation, you want to say that I want to tithe towards Med Transition Ghana. Oh, that is open. Can add that to your religious benefits that you just want to support a bit to that initiative. So sponsorship, partnership from individuals, from organizations, from corporate bodies, from health influencers, from key stakeholders, that is also open. And remember that this organization is run on mentorship. So it's about the mentors themselves mentoring others. So if you are a doctor in Ghana, no matter which field, you can be a first year house officer, second year house officer, a medical officer, a specialist, a resident. You just want to give back. You want to help somebody. You want to be able to talk to them. Just reach out to me. Let's help these students together. You're a beneficiary of Med Transitions Ghana. You want to give back. You can be a part of the mentors, mentoring others. You're a doctor in UK, in US, in Canada, Australia, China, etc. You want to give back. You want to be able to teach them, these are the mistakes I made. These are the ways I was able to overcome those mistakes. These are the pathways you can go through to be there with me. Just reach out to us and let's make impact. Let's create change. Let's be able to put Ghana out there, because the more we shaping our healthcare industry, trust me, the more we gain opportunities on the globe and even in the continent. And if you are even in another country, you are thinking about house job, you do house job, you don't know how to go about it, but you want to start something like that. For people like you that are confused, you can reach out, we can start something. To be honest with you, when I started Med Transitions Ghana, I didn't have it all figured out. It just started with just junior house officers, and Dr. Bennis would be with me on this because she's part of the team. Okay, before we realized that there is more. So we went to senior house officers. Before we realized there is more. We went to pathway in residency. We realized there is more. We went to foreign medical. There is always more. So it doesn't mean that what you currently have should be enough. You can just start small. And it's these contributions from people that make it better for us. All right. So mentors, people in kind, volunteers, just your spare time, join us. Any talent at all that you have, any skill at all that you have is really open, okay, to be available to sustaining this project long and then warm, right? For upcoming programs, I would say that we have a program on foreign medical graduates coming in. So if you're a doctor looking to write PLAB, USMLE, an MPH abroad, an MBA abroad, all those sectors of education that is foreign related, that's a program that we're going to have upcoming. And we'll have a session for our current medical students who are in final year now, about to enter first year. So we have Med Transitions JHO 2025 also upcoming. So if you fall in any of these categories, you can reach out to us and we'll put you in the appropriate groups and prepare adequately for you in the upcoming months. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, this evening has been nothing short of phenomenal. I have literally exhausted like a bottle and a half of the 500 ml of my Verna because the place was getting so heated and I had to just take more water. But today has been amazing. And I don't say this for myself. I believe that for those listening, let me just get some feedback, right? For those listening, how has today been? I believe today has just awakened so many things within me. One thing that gives me an indication that what we are doing here as HOMENET is from God is that anytime I talk about it and we talk about things like this, it's just like it's I don't know what English it is. Maybe I have to use French. It's like that the whole passion cycle is started. You know, it's just fuels me up so much on any tired day. Right. Probably maybe one day my husband, if I'm so tired and wants to get me excited, you should talk about some of these things. Because it just gets me so excited to see people pursuing purpose or feeling purpose. And before we sign off, I want to just take the last words from Ella. It's been a while I heard Ella's voice. Like, if there's just one thing you want your audience to take away from the next gen nurses, what would it be?
Okay, so one thing I want them to take away is we want you to go global. I think you see this on my banner. We want you to go global. And going global starts from your mind. Because right now, even if I should sponsor you to the UK and you have a village mindset, in the
Hi.
UK, you can never be a global nurse. But when the you being global, it starts from being in Ghana. It starts from being in that small community that you are in. Right now, should God propel you to the UK, propel you to the US, because your mindset is me right now. Should I get to the UK? Should I get to the US? And I see any conference and they are looking for nurses. Whilst others are running away, me, I'll run towards it because I know I know the opportunities that's going to get me. Because I already have that kind of global mindset before getting there. So when the opportunity presents itself, I will not shy myself away from it. I will immediately approach it, and then that's where it's going to take Ghana higher. Because the more global our nurses are, the more other countries will want our nurses, like Dr. Vanessa said. If we make the Ghanaian healthcare system so good, other countries would want what our doctors would want our nurses, and then we will now be doing the flexing. Because we are now on top. Okay, that is where we want our nurses to go to. That's why we have the 5-year growth plan. So I will tell them, if the 5-year growth plan you want to Japan, as long as you are serious, we will make sure you will get there. Because within that 5 years, if you start now, within that 5 years, you should be there. If you want to learn a skill, if you want to be if you want to be into public, if you want to do public speaking, and as part of your 5-year plan, we are going to ensure that within that 5 years, new gen nurses, we'll find them everywhere on LinkedIn, find them everywhere around the globe, being the global nurses that we want them to see. So if you want to join new gen nurses, we have a free WhatsApp community. You can join. We share opportunities and fellowship that you can join for free that will actually train you in all these aspects. But at times you don't know, so you don't have no idea that these are there till you are exposed to that kind of information. So we have that free WhatsApp group. Then we have the exclusive mentorship where we take you through your 5-year group plan. So that's it. That's what I like to add. As for all nurses, please, midwives, mental nurses, public health nurses, anything nurse attached to your name, you are invited to join. We want you to go global. We want nurses to go global. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. And at this point, I want to say a big, fat, huge, as fat as my, okay, I'm not a good yardstick, but as fat as you can think of, you know, I want to say a big thank you to all of you. I just want to say, know that this thing you are doing is not something that could be conceived by flesh and blood, right? And it's not just to sound spirit. I don't mind sounding spiritual because we are, but This is not something that is just by yourself. You don't just get up and think that you want to think beyond yourself. That is Jesus. Like anytime like you are doing something and it's beyond yourself, you are thinking beyond yourself, that is Jesus right there. Right? Because Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave, he thought beyond himself. So even the time to conceive a thought beyond yourself is Jesus right there. Because the devil is selfish. His is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. So there's no way he will let you think beyond yourself. The only time he will let you think beyond yourself is if you are spreading falsehood beyond yourself. But to spread something of worth beyond yourself, it can never, like, even if he tries, it's not in that man's, whatever his sex is, it can't be part of him. So this thing you have started, I want to encourage my amazing ladies here. It is of God, it will be of God, and it will be sustained by God. I just want you to be encouraged. It's not easy, it's difficult, right? This network initiative starting is hard. There are days you wish the world can just pause for a second. But hey, someone said that you ordered for the world. Oh, they have a certain. You said you wanted to eat. You brought. Oh, how they even say it? They have a very funny way of saying it. That you brought a plate. You said you wanted to eat, and now it's full. Right? You say you want to make impact. There's no your plate will be empty, right? Today I was telling some amazing people that I know that some of them are here. I was telling them that God rested on the seventh day. We are not yet on the seventh day, so we are not resting. So we are done with money accelerator bootcamp. We have to move on. We have not gotten to our seventh day yet, right? I'm not saying we shouldn't rest, but I'm just trying to say that this thing you're doing is great. Be encouraged. Sometimes the feedback may be difficult, maybe some way, but there are people watching. I shared something on my link the last time. My very first paid 4-figure paid a single, not like I was doing a class, like one person ordered something from me. It was a 4-figure job I got. It was somebody who had never commented. A person had never liked, like none of my posts. Even at the time the person commented, I like reached out. Even though the person was my first comment, the person had never in his life, never commented, never liked, was not even in Ghana, but not knowing the person was watching. So once you know that people are watching, and God will bring you the help exactly when you need it, right? Exactly when you need it, and you are not going to lack help. You are not going to lack help. So I just want to inspire you at this point. I know you are out there. Sometimes somebody says, "Who takes a picture of the photographer?" Right? Who thinks of the person doing the amazing work? Who thinks of your mental health? Who thinks of Dr. Netta's mental health? Who thinks of LS mental health? Who thinks of Redeemer's mental health? But maybe you may have beloveds or not. You may be single. I'm not going to ask about that. But, beyond that, sometimes there are certain things you can't express within yourself. But I pray that in those moments, the Holy Spirit will comfort you, right? And I just want to say this thing to you that just if I know definitely you've all written down your vision and the amazing things for your initiative, but just try and record. That's something the Holy Spirit told me on Tuesday, that I should record the vision of homeless. Like I should record it on my phone, because sometimes maybe at a place you are hit, like something happens on WhatsApp and you are so down. It's not the time for you to go and look for a notebook. Just go to your voice recording section and play the vision to yourself, right? And I think I've been disobedient. I've not yet recorded, but he said I should record and put it there and play it to myself. When you're preparing for work, play it to yourself. When things are hard, play it to yourself. When you're happy, play it to yourself. Let that be not your ringtone, because when you're at work and it's I don't know if people still use ringtones of late. All our phones are on vibration and the others. But like if there's a system for you to place yourself, I want you to remind yourself, never stop, keep moving. And I know that God is up to something massive with these little, when we were reading the documentary of Messi, they said this small boy from so and so, right? And these 60 kg, 60 to 70 kg ladies are going to take the world. The world is a vast, we can't even weigh the world, but with your 60, 65, 59, 72 kg, you are going to take the world together with the Holy Spirit. So God bless you so much. On behalf of my entire team, I want to say thank you for coming out here to do this amazing thing. And I know that very soon, very, very soon, we are all going to meet under a certain umbrella. It will not definitely be on LinkedIn or YouTube. And it has to be pretty soon. Yes, I'm putting the disclaimer there before I forget the vision. It has to be pretty soon, where we are all going to come together bring these amazing health professionals under one big umbrella and see ourselves face to face and have some of these conversations. So before we sign off, I just want to take if you have, I know we asked of that one word about the initiative, but if you just had a sentence, this is just a sentence, spoiler alert, right? If you have one, the punchline, if you had one punchline to punch our guests and our audience before we sign off, what would your punchline be? So whoever is ready with their boxing gloves should punch us. Okay, whilst you're waiting for the punchline, I will just give a second. Whilst you're waiting for the punchline, I want to appreciate our designer, Mr. Gideon Novo. I think by now, if you don't know this man and you know me, you are betraying me for not knowing this man who has literally, I don't know who else have given pressure in my life than this man. There are days I'll just be there. Personally, one thing I love to do, anytime I get an idea and I know that God is saying I should go ahead, I will just text him that he should make a flyer. So if you want to know all my ideas I've never put out, I'm sure he'll be the first person to know. So I will just tell him, make a flyer. Even before I launched my YouTube channel, like weeks before, he had already done the flyer. So one day, if somebody is to betray me, I'm sure it will start from him. But I know he wouldn't. So I want to thank a big thank you to him for this amazing flyer. When I saw it, it was just super amazing, right? He knows I can be very picky back and forth, but when I saw this, it was just amazing. So please, I want to say a big thank you to you and to Dr. Finihas, to Persis, our board members, to all our volunteer coordinators. I'm so appreciative. To all our HOMENET members, thank you so, so much. Okay, so are you ready with our punchlines now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, New Gen Nurses, we are here to empower, educate, and elevate. That's just the one sentence I'll leave you all with. And Dr. Bernes, permit me, let me also acknowledge our graphic designer, okay, for
Sure, go ahead.
Trevano Multimedia. Okay, I'd like to
Wow.
acknowledge him. He's a very young boy, very young. If I tell you he's a, you'll be shocked. He has been the one behind the designs. He did the logo, everything. I pitched the idea to him and he said he's on board. So he's
Wow.
volunteering for now, and we are so grateful to him. You know,
Wow.
one thing about these things is you need flyers, like you need the designs.
Hmm.
So you need somebody who understands what exactly you are doing. And these days, the pressure we've been giving him, he's working too. But you know, these things at times when you are starting afresh, there will be some pressure here and there, and he's always showing up. So I like to also appreciate him. And then our blogger too, Tikal the blogger, the nurse who is also a blogger, blogging everywhere. God bless you so much. We appreciate all that you are doing. And then our nurse influencer, Emanuela, too. God bless her. You know, she's quite famous on Facebook and TikTok and all that. So she's just pushing new gen nurses here and there. So if you don't remember anything, remember that new gen nurses, we are here to educate, we are here to empower, and we are here to elevate. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. That was a good one. I almost knocked out with your punching glove. Okay, so who's next?
I think I can go maybe before
Okay.
redeem. All right. Yeah, so I just want to say that at Med Transitions, like we say, your future is our priority, your confidence is our heartbeat, and your empowerment is our lifeline. So that's basically what I'll share with you, that your future is really our priority, and you being confident is our heartbeat at the end of the day. And you being empowered for action is our lifeline. That's what we like. So basically, that's what I'll also share. Thank you.
Amazing. I just heard in my head action, cutting, that kind of thing you used to say in school. Okay, Redeemer, round it up for us.
Okay, so I just want to tell every nurse out there that as a nurse, you don't have to feel stuck. You don't have to feel lonely. You don't have to feel confused. There's a community for you. Myself, I'm a case study. I felt stuck. I felt like I was alone. I felt like I wanted to give up with the nursing. But when I found a community, it kept me going. It kept pushing me. It kept me knowing that there is more to me. Me seeing other nurses thrive. So as a nurse, you don't have to still feel stuck. You don't have to feel lonely. You don't have to feel confused. New Gen Nurses is here for you. We are here to stay. We are here to anchor you, cushion you, like glyco. All right.
That was a good one. Okay. Thank you all so much. I think you've all appreciated the people from your end. So we are not going to go back to that. So God bless you all so much. You're going to meet 2 weeks from now. So be on the lookout. That's going to be on the 24th of May, 2025. So be on the lookout as well. And are there any other? Yeah, please do well to subscribe. Right now, it's my keyword everywhere. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Yeah, as Holistic Medic Network. And if you just check on our logo, we say that 2025 is our year of the emergence, right? So we are here to emerge, and we are doing that not just as a solo light, but we are beaming brighter because we have all these amazing ladies and initiatives going on all around the world. If you want to sponsor, you want to support in any way, kindly reach out to me on DM. You can also reach out to Dr. Finihas or Persis. Equally, if you also want to support med transitions, kindly reach out to Dr. Vanessa. If you want to support the new gen nurses, make sure you reach out to Manuela or Ritima. Okay, and they will equally direct you. So God bless you all so much. At this point, I want to just take a smile as I take my last screenshot. Yay. Beautiful. Okay. So see you all next 2 weeks from now. Enjoy your evening. Do also go to church, God willing, tomorrow. If you're not going to work. And we will see you where we see you. Bye-bye.